Yo, Willie boy, if you could hear me while I get things together here and play the intro music, if you could pin up to the top the VeggieMates giveaway we had going on. Um, I think we had another giveaway that we didn't do somewhere down there. We'll find it eventually, like in a few hours or some shit. I know we had like two giveaways. I want to do them all. I want to take care of all family business today.
Man,
Um,
the Stoner Club tweet. Stoner's Club tweets a lot.
It does. I know it does, Willie boy. There's a way. Did you know there's a way to search it? You could just search it, and then it'll go directly to it.
Yeah, I
Um,
was trying to look for the Twitter space today. I was like, dang, there's so many posts on here. I'm logged in as Greens right now. Look at that.
fuck
Shit.
yeah,
I'm
going
gonna
hard.
keep it going. Greens never
Yeah,
spoke on a Twitter
what?
Hell
space
yeah.
yet.
Fuck
This is the
yeah.
first. Got to get Greens on
I'm
the
getting my
Stoner's Club.
greens. I'm getting my greens. I'm staking them. Hell yeah.
No mistake in staking. Yo, Willie boy, you wouldn't happen to have the anthem right there on standby? My fucking laptop's tripping.
I do not, because I am back in. Yeah, I'm still homeless. I'm at my dad's, so I'm stuck in the garage doing these things
Damn,
until
dog. It's
next
time to
month.
move out, Willie boy. It's time to move. It's time to grow up. You know what I
I
mean?
know.
I think
I gotta quit being a loser, right?
you gotta leave the nest
Yeah,
eventually. You know what I
I
mean?
know. Fuck, man.
What I
Oh
did
no,
with my mom, I
no.
just kicked her out. I just kicked my mom out. I'm like, hey, you gotta move, lady.
Took control. This is my
You
place.
gotta go. Yeah, like you know what I
Yeah.
mean. I can't invite no girl over. I can't do nothing comfortable with you here. So you're gonna have to figure something out here. Um, yeah,
Okay,
and
Jarhead.
I found the music.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm picturing Jarhead. I stopped the music and shit so I could picture
No,
Jarhead.
just picture Jarhead at like 75. That's my dad.
Oh yeah, and then for the first time ever, I'm gonna fucking record this whole thing. Matter of fact, let me rewind this shit. Yo, VeggieMates, you're getting the first fucking ever on the new fucking iPhone screen recorded. It's gonna go on fucking YouTube, so we get all the details after. I'm getting professional, baby. Let me play the intro music. Waking look at the sun outside in the sky. I make it up, breathing and enjoying the life. In the space, all in the play. Talk about anything you want. Everybody gather around the fire. Feeling the vibe, enjoy the highway. Cardano Stonerz Club. Oh. Invite your friends, especially the pretty ones. Invite your pretty friends and shit. Don't be a fucking hater. I ain't gonna take her from you. Just invite her over. We're gonna have a good time. Talk about anything you want. Oh no, I don't want her to meet Joe. She's gonna like him. Fucking hater. Just let her. Give me the vibe. Enjoy the highway. Cardano Stonerz Club. Oh, yeah. Cardano Stonerz Club. Oh, I'm old school, baby. Cardano Stonerz Club. Oh, like a pimp from the 70s, minus the domestic violence. That's right. I'm old school. If right? Bring a friend, and she's pretty, and she likes you, and she flirts with you. How am I gonna look being a hater? I'm gonna be a hater. Like, hey, you know the name of the game. My girl chose you. Go be happy. Have a good time. But when your sister's flirting with me, don't get mad. Don't get mad at me. Now I'm the bad guy all of a sudden. When you want to get your little pee-pee wet and you get a hard on, it's all good. But then when it's me, oh, no. Bro, you should be hooking me up. You should want me in your fucking family. You know what?
Cardano Stonerz Club. Big Joe ain't gonna steal your female friends. Cardano.
The fucking
BJ.
G-Rex. Man, they've been calling me Big Ho, BJ, fucking all kinds of funky ass shit. But you know, I stay solid. It's all good. I don't get offended. I just laugh with you guys. As I hope you would too. Everyone gotta stop being such a Karen. They gotta fucking focus and earn some greens, stake their fucking junkies and shit. You know what I mean?
It sounds like you've had some experiences this last week's show.
Yo, it's been crazy. It's been crazy. But Johnny, I don't know if you heard earlier, but we're fucking using technology to its fullest potential right now. I'm
Oh my
screen
god.
recording. Yeah, I'm screen recording this with the iPhone.
Ah,
We gotta.
damn.
Yeah,
And
we're getting
I
professional.
flubbed my alternative lyrics. Oh
Yo,
well. It'll be forever.
Yeah, it's all good. We're gonna fuck up. You're gonna fuck up. I'm gonna fuck up. We're all gonna fuck up. But it's all good. That's what life's about. That's what makes life beautiful. That's what makes it unique. You know what I mean? That's what makes
Redemption.
it its own. Hell
Man,
yeah.
hello to all the YouTube people. This is what we do. There's plenty of reactions. It's good fun. Come up to Cardano Stonerz Club on the regular, and talk about anything you want.
Hell yeah. And this is not just going out to the YouTube people. It's going out to the TikTok people, the Instagram
Oh
people.
wow,
Yeah, every people, all the people.
multicasting, baby.
Yes, I'm screen recording this bad boy. I'm gonna try to keep it to like a few hours, not like 12 hours like we usually do. And I really want to get into the story of VeggieMates and Junkies and Greens and the whole team, what the vision is, how it started. I'm gonna pretend like I don't know nothing about the projects, I'm just gonna pretend like I don't know nothing. Like, yo, how'd you start? Who's involved? Like, what's happening? You know what I mean? That way the people could have a well documented video of what the project is all about, you know what I mean? And of how we get down here on the Stonerz Club. And then they're gonna be able to make little shorts out of it and all that stuff. And we're gonna go viral and we're gonna be rich and famous and all that stuff. And your sister's gonna flirt with me. Okay, your tia's gonna flirt with me most likely. I'm at that tender age, 37, where I could be with a 21-year-old or with a fucking 71-year-old. You know what I mean? I could bone your daughter and your grandma. So I'm a dangerous man. Fucking be careful with me right now. I'm at that.
Wait,
I'm in the.
wait.
I'm in the sweet
You've just
zone.
contradicted yourself, Joe.
Why? What the fuck did I say, Johnny? What did I say? I thought I.
You said you were perfectly safe and nobody should be afraid, and then you went to.
Way to keep him in
Oh,
check,
okay.
Johnny.
Oh man, fucking them Northern Irish been fucking with me all week. Um, fucking
Jarhead.
It's
Greens
almost
even said fuck it and left. He said fuck this interview.
yeah.
Fucking, I don't want
Crazy
this
ass
shit on YouTube.
motherfuckers. Yep.
Joe's acting fucking crazy and shit. He said, "Oh God, this is
I
bad."
almost said the same thing, Joe.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, here
Oh
we
look,
go.
VeggieMates is back.
I'm in the
He said
house.
that's not good for greens.
Yeah. No. I gotta speak on VeggieMates. I gotta do it proper.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah.
So the people can see what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could. You're gonna have to switch like 3 times, bro, because I want to talk about it all. But it's all good. That's what we're here for. So
Yo, let's retweet this space, get some more people in here, and there's a tweet up there for you guys to retweet to get a drunkie tonight, maybe. So yeah, let's get this party going.
did you just call a junkie a drunkie?
That's what I
How much
heard.
have you had a drink tonight, Willie boy?
No, I called it a junkie. Come
I heard
on.
drunkie too.
Did I call it a
That's
drunkie?
hilarious.
I'm pretty sure you called it a
That's
drunkie.
a
It's
dope
recorded,
name.
Willie boy.
Oh, we're good. Okay, let's play this. Play this
Yo, are you
fucker
hinting at fucking
back.
season 3 here? Is
That's
that
what
what's
I
going
thought,
on?
bro. That's exactly what I thought.
A
Hey,
drunkie, damn.
Damn. I'm giving away secrets. I'm sorry.
Dropping the alpha on
I'm
us
sorry,
already.
Veggie.
Yo, but we're giving away this junkie though tonight in about, I don't know, half an hour, whenever it feels right and comfortable. All you gotta do is like and retweet the pin tweet up at the top. Follow the Stonerz Club and VeggieMates. Have your winning wallet staked to weed. I don't care if you cheat and you win and then you stake to weed right before I go fucking check and shit. It's all good. I'll give you time. But have one of your little wallets staked to weed. It's not too much to ask. I know you're gonna have a million ADA in it sometime soon. I believe in you. Believe in us, baby. And you just gotta be in the space. That's about it. Uh so yeah, get that retweeted up there and we'll choose a winner here soon. But let's get into it. Let's get into it. VeggieMates. How did it start? Where did it come from? Who thought of it? Who's involved? What were the first goals initially? Did you think you would be at where you're at right now, like almost a year later? Tell us the story. I'm gonna pass you the mic and sneak in a few questions here and there. If you're in the audience and you have a question, don't be shy about coming up as speaker, and asking your questions. Um, also, retweet the space if you haven't. You get the word out. And yeah, let's get right to it. I'm gonna pass you the mic.
Where did
Yeah.
them dancing skills come from?
Oh man, yeah. So I feel the beat, it's in my soul for some reason. I was just born that way.
Willie
I was
boy, how do you
born.
know he's a good dancer?
Oh,
Are
he see
you
me on the floor.
you weren't at the after party?
Hell no, I was
You,
high as fuck in the
it,
hotel getting my dick sucked. But
yeah, we were watching legends out there dancing, and yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, man, it was a great time. It was one of the best times actually. I can't wait till next year.
yo, Willie boy,
But
but how good of a dancer was he? Like for real? Like we're
yeah,
talking John
rate
Travolta
me.
status or
Okay,
like Napoleon Dynamite shit?
I'm
Keep
gonna
it real.
go out. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say, no, I'm not even gonna go out on a fucking limb. I'm just gonna say he's the best dancer in the fucking club that night.
Yo, damn, is
I'm
there
sorry,
footage?
you know what?
Here,
They
here,
had girls,
here, here, not
dancing. It
here.
wasn't that good. Them girls just
Listen,
weren't that good.
Yo,
Willie
Johnny's not
boy.
having it. I don't think Johnny's this is turning into fucking
Listen,
Shilomania. What's
yeah,
going
I
on, Johnny?
wasn't
What's the
there.
issue?
I wasn't there. That's all I'm saying.
Whose fault is that? Is that
Hey,
my fault?
Full-time caring for my mom and COVID pandemic restrictions.
oh, you got to get
Maybe
all
next year,
serious on
Johnny.
this.
Excuses, Johnny. Excuses.
Jesus,
Hey,
Johnny.
I almost lost the Shilomania
I'll be
championship.
dancing off next year.
I might have lost the Shilomania championship to Trog, but I whoop his ass on the dance off. So let's just hope Shilomania don't come to dance offs, or else your boy's coming for a new belt.
Oh, I'm a challenger right there. I'll even
Dude,
dance with you.
like, are you gonna do? What are you
Dude,
gonna do? The jig or something?
I'll fucking flip you around and throw you through my fucking legs and shit and make you twerk upside down in my face. Like I'm
Ooh,
winning
dance
this
fever
motherfucker. I'm
shit, right?
sorry.
John
Yeah,
Travolta stuff.
maybe that's for your YouTube format. We could have the first Shilomania all dance moves. You just get in front of the camera,
Yo, that'll be
dance for
shit. I'm gonna be
60
busting the
seconds.
robot.
The first ever dance off on Cardano.
I'm all for it.
Yo, but why are you guys acting like friends and shit? Like you all know each other and been talking all the time. We're fucking strangers. We're trying to do a legit professional fucking interview here and shit. So VeggieMates, who I've never met before and haven't talked to for hours and hours on end. Um
Them pictures are on the internet are a lie.
Tell me about your project, the original project, the VeggieMates project, when it started, how it started. Give me the whole lowdown, please.
Yeah, so just I'll start off with myself. I've been in crypto since 2017, and I remember I got into Bitcoin and then did watch the Charles Whiteboard talk, all that stuff. Went through the roller coaster of the highest highs and lowest lows. But during that time, I'm more of a technical person by trade, and so I got really into the back end and the decentralized part of it, and especially watching Charles, I just saw the potential in the technology, and so I got pretty into crypto early on, and then maybe like I think it was 2020 or so when Safe Moon started getting popular. I got into that, and I learned a bunch of dApps using Ethereum, and then I just started getting like this taste for using different decentralized applications and different tokens, and just really saw that like, oh crap, you can actually use this stuff, because in 2017 it wasn't usable. And so once I heard Cardano was making smart contracts available, I'd always been a fan of Cardano, but I had no utility to it. But I was super hyped on it because it's proof of stake, it was decentralized. So I was like, oh man, I got to pay attention to the Cardano ecosystem. And then when smart contracts came out, I was like salivating, ready for some dApps and tokens and all this stuff. And there was nothing because no applications were developed yet. And so I was like, man, what do I do? And so I started looking around and poking around, and I stumbled upon Clay Nation, and I joined their Discord, and I just kind of started this whole thing where I started getting into NFTs, and I started understanding the value of rarities. And what I really learned from all of that was the community and the friendships I was building during that time. And I was like, holy crap, something big's happening. I started telling everybody and their mama about it. And I I had always wanted to do something in this space, and one day I was actually talking with Paul Thomas is on our team, and he's in good Charlotte, and we were on a call with Joel Madden, and he was kind of giving me some inspiration. Like, one of the things he told me was like, why not you? If all these other people can do it, why can't you do it? And I think that a lot of us go through life with that self-doubt. Like, I've always wanted to be a business owner. I've always wanted to do my own thing because I work in the corporate world. I have a really good job by all measures. But it's not as fulfilling as I want it to be because it's not my thing. And when one day I was working like 16 hours, and because that's just how I am. And I was like, why the hell am I doing this for somebody else? I should be doing this for myself. And it's kind of that self doubt that prevents you. And I asked myself that question: why not me? Why can't I do it? Like, I'm smart enough. I got the motivation. I think I got the ideas. I got the people that will work with me. Why not me? And so me and some of my closest friends decided, we have an artist. We have Abed, who's also a really good friend of mine. Paul. We're the initial founders of the project. And then we launched VeggieMates and Junkies, and it was actually inspired by Mr. Potato Head. And then our artist, for some reason, drew a banana, and we're like, bananas aren't vegetables, and it's like, who cares? That's part of the fun, right? So like, we don't need to explain why a banana is a vegetable or not. So it started with vegetables, but we wanted to have an arch nemesis and a storyline, and we wanted the veggies to be like the healthy side of things, but then we needed to think about the exact opposite, and it was like junk food, junkies. The name made too much sense, and so once we came up with that concept, we came up with so much material from there. It was just so easy. So that's kind of how we came up with the VeggieMates and Junkies. And we had like three other questions, but I just been talking for like 5 minutes. So
Nah, it's all good. I have like a million other questions. Cause you mentioned a few things, right? Like you're talking about highs and lows and like the beginning of crypto, and like I remember when Bitcoin was looked at as like fake funny money, like internet money. Like, oh no, it's like a game. It's like just people were throwing it around like it was nothing. It's like, oh yeah, Bitcoin. It's like this. It might be the money of the future or whatever, right? But to only like a chosen few were able to like envision like, nah, like this might be like, it might be a real thing, like a tangible thing that we be using in the future and stuff. So just the fact that even back then you're able to catch on to that, and fast forward right from back then to like now, look to see where you're at and everything you've accomplished, and what you're working on now and what your goals are for like the future, the immediate future. It's a big thing. It's inspirational, and the story you shared, I don't know how the good Charlotte connection even happened, or how you met Big PT or anything. You could share that or not. But the fact that somebody that was already kind of in the NFT game and had seen success with the Clay Nation and the Claymates, um, to tell you like, why not you? Like you could be that somebody, and then you take that energy and you fucking actually use it. You know what I mean? And you're like, yo, I'm gonna make it happen. To fast forward to where you are now is inspirational, I'm sure. And you know, you could speak about all the lows and the highs that you want. I've been lucky enough to know you and consider you a friend and have seen like a lot of your lows. You know what I mean? And have known about your lows. I was there during the original mint, um, you know, and it didn't go perfect or whatever, but you fucking handled it well, and that gave me confidence in the project, and that you were like you were upfront about it because back then, let's keep it real, a lot of projects had a lot of problems to this day with mints and shit. You know what I mean? I haven't seen one fucking mint to go smooth. You know what I mean? But the difference was how the project handled it. How they handled the pressure and the fucking Discord going crazy. And keep in mind, guys, this was back then when it was booming. This is when the Discord was like, yo, you had to put a limit on the minute and how much people could type and shit. This is when there's fucking hundreds and possibly thousands of people in the Discord sometimes. It wasn't like it is now. It's fucking crickets and shit sometimes in some Discords. Because I'll keep it real. I've said this over and over again. The VeggieMates Discord is one of the only ones that I stood in that's always fucking jumping. Everybody knows the Discords that are happening. The Discords where it's a fucking party at all times. I'll name them. I'm part of this community. I've been part of this shit for a long time. I know who they are. The Hosky Discord's always jumping. The Goat Tribe Discord is always jumping. Like you know what Discords are fucking happening, and VeggieMates is definitely one of them. You always got like something cool going on, all kinds of different channels. So definitely something that fucking I'm a fan of. But let's go back to these highs and these lows. The original mint, you fucking went through it, you fucking handled it, and then you came out with Junkies after that. And then I believe there's a mother there's like a mother fucking like company or corporation or entity that you guys is it virtually made, I think it's called.
Hell
If
yeah.
you want to share about that and how it covers in this like umbrellas like VeggieMates and Junkies, and then we'll get into the greens and tokenomics and all that shit.
Yeah, for sure, man. So we're treating this like a business, and VeggieMates is a brand, but our company is virtually made. So we picked the same initials, VM, as a nod to VeggieMates. But VeggieMates is basically like our Mickey Mouse, but virtually made is an entertainment company. And so our blue sky vision is to disrupt the entertainment industry and do that in a way where NFTs and blockchain and all that makes sense, and it empowers the people over, you know, the big entertainment companies of the world. So we're gonna have different branches, including like VeggieMate Studio or Virtually Made Studios, Virtually Made Productions, which is gonna be our in-house, Virtually Made Arcade, which will be our game studio, Virtually Made Live, which will be our events like Art Night and our Farmers Market. So we're gonna have these different branches, and the way we're creating our company is we're treating it like a technology company in a way where we're trying to build a portfolio of utility. So when we created VeggieMates, one of the things is we have a staking platform right now. So we own some technical IP. And so if we were to expand our brand, we already have some technology we could apply to that brand. We're also coming out with something called the franchise pass, which I'll get into. It's kind of like a battle or a season pass in video games. But whenever we grow within our virtually made environment, we're trying to grow our technology portfolio. So if we create a second brand, let's say we develop some kind of technology, like you could put your NFTs into a comic. So when you read the comic, it's always your character. Or if you're watching animation, it's your character in the animation. We develop technology for that. Now we have a staking platform, we have animation technology, we have our franchise pass. And so as we scale out our different brands, we're scaling out our technology portfolio so each brand comes with a set of utility. So We actually scale one to many, not one to one. So it's like our revenue model, our scaling mechanism. What we don't know is VeggieMates is our Disney. What if it's like our second or third brand where we find a partner like Pixar, right? Or in this world, I think Pixar would be Block Owls as an example or something. So we find artists, we find talent as an entertainment company, and then we decide, okay, let's use your artistic skills. We're gonna own the infrastructure. We're gonna own the technology. We're gonna own the marketing. We need some talent, and that's what an entertainment company should do. They should find talent, but we back that talent up with technology. And so as we continue to expand our brand, we're developing infrastructure.
Yo, so then this being like the mother company now, I see the VM. Shout out to the VeggieMates. It's like your baby, like your Mickey Mouse, like you said. But you're gonna expand like Disney, and you're gonna have a fucking Disneyland and a Walt Disney World and Disney Pictures. You're gonna buy a Star Wars franchise one day. You know what I mean? Because I believe in you, which is why I aped in when the Junkies were like at 25 ADA, baby. I got a bag and I said, yo, I'm gonna fucking just unload and buy as many of this fucking floor as I can. Cause you know what I was inspired by? All these rug pulls. To be honest with you, bro. I was looking at all the rug pulls and I was like, yo, number one, it's always like these new projects. Like 99% of the time, it's a new project that comes in, jacks everyone's data, and bounces. You know what I mean? Makes a bunch of funky ass promises. So I was like, man, let me look at let me look at the fuck. If I'm gonna invest my ADA into some fucking NFTs, if I'm looking at the value and the floor price, which a lot of people do, um, I was like, let me look at the fucking projects that have been here, have been putting in the work, are fucking part of the community, communicate with the community, have gone through fucking shit and still kept going. You know what I mean? And you're one of the projects that stood out. And it just so happened to be that for whatever reason it was undervalued at like that week or whatever. And I was like, man, I got this little bag of like 1,000 ADA or 500 or whatever the fuck it was when I got it. I was like, I'm going all in. I'm betting all in on my homie, dog. Like I see him every day doing his thing, different spaces, putting in work, fucking, he gonna do this and gonna do that and follows through with it, fucking greens token, staking and shit. I was like, man, I think that's a smart bet. I'm not the wisest man, but I think that's a smart bet. So I fucking went all in. Man, a week later, they fucking hit like 158 each, bro. They paid for my CNFT con fucking hotel and Ubers and food and everything. That I swear to God, that junkies, like 5 junkies paid for all that shit, bro. For real.
Hell yeah, that's what's up. I love to hear that, man. Like my favorite thing. So as time goes on, I try to be less fixated on our floor price, but it's something you can't ignore. But what's really fucking cool about this space is, and this is our whole thing about the entertainment industry, is the people who support us are benefactors of our success. And that's what makes it dope, is ultimately it's the people that believe in us that reap the rewards. And then, like, for me, it's like that's why I don't want to let people down. It's one of the hard responsibilities of being a project creator. You're constantly worried that you're letting people down, and you really just gotta believe in the reason other people believe in you, if that makes any sense. Like, they believe in you for a reason, and you're always going to have that self-doubt. But the one thing you always could do, and this is one thing I always say, is I can't guarantee anybody anything. Like, I don't know what the hell is going to happen, but I guarantee you I'm going to work my ass off, and we're not going to fail for lack of effort. I was like, we might fail for other reasons, but we're not going to fail for that. And that's the one thing I can do. And it's just so dope because, like, I was out in Korea. I met one of my homies. He got into the NFT space, not during the bull market, and he bought a couple NFTs and got burned on them. One like rug pulled on him. And he's like, "Bro, I believe in you. I'm just gonna put everything in your project." And he got in the same week you did, Joe. And he got in at like 25, and he got greens for hella cheap. And like it got his NFT portfolio started because we did so well. And I'm like, that's because he believed in me, you know? So that honestly, that's one of the coolest things of this. And like as we develop these brands, if you own a veggie or a junkie right now, you own our Mickey Mouse. If our third brand ends up being our Toy Story and it ends up taking us to that next level, Mickey Mouse still benefits because Disney grows as a company. But now the people who help support both of those projects, like the people who help support that Toy Story, our third IP, they're going to get to share some of our success. So the more popular that brand gets, the more that they reap in rewards. Now there's like all kinds of legalities there and stuff like that, so I can't tell all the specifics there, but that's the potential of this space is you get to help basically kickstart people, talented people, and not only do you help them, but if they end up turning into the person you thought they were, you're actually going to reap a big part of their rewards, which is exactly how it should be. Why should the record companies get or the media companies get all the success to themselves? Like, no, I put my money in to support that artist and make them what they are. I should get some piece of that. But right now, if you bought like a Ludacris album out of his trunk when he came out, the value of having that CD is pretty dope, but I'd be like, man, that's fake. That's like a burnt CD. There's no legitimacy to it. And maybe if you could prove and track it, it'd have some value to it. But like, there's a lot of value in the fact that you were one of the first people to support Ludacris's career, and Ludacris became this big, huge platinum selling artist. What if you got a percentage of everything that he did? Like, that's the kind of stuff that this technology is going to open. That's why it's going to disrupt industries.
Yo, it's funny you're talking about Ludacris because I met him at CNFTCon in Vegas. For real, I guess he was performing. He was performing at Tao's or whatever that spot is called, and I was eating at this restaurant called Chica. It was bomb too, highly recommended. So I'm right there, all stoned, and my homie is like, "Yo, Ludacris is sitting behind you." And I'm like, you're a fucking dick, bro. You gotta stop calling people like celebrity names just because they kind of resemble them. Like that's not even funny, you know? Like I'm already like my homie's an asshole, and then he's like, nah, for real, fool. Like Ludacris is behind you. I'm like, whatever. We kept eating and shit, and then I heard the waitress behind me like, Ludacris, can I get a picture? Like, and I was like, oh shit, that fool is right there. And I'm not much of like a groupie, so I just we just made eye contact and I gave him a head nod, and that's good enough for me. But fucking, it was just dope to meet him. CNFTCon was awesome to meet you, bro, and a lot of people that are in this space right now. Willie Boy, Ninja Nasty. Who else was there? Tommy Crypto down there. Um, yo, Nomad. Relic. Yeah, I see you guys. But it was awesome to meet people in person, and meeting you was awesome. We got a quick little picture. Man, it was, but I gotta say, I wish we had way more time, bro. I didn't have enough time to like go to your setup and shit, and like really like fucking check everything out and have a conversation and shit, because everything's going like 100 miles per hour, and I want to fucking show love to everybody and shit and go to everything. I didn't even go to the after party to watch you dance, but tell me, let's have a little fun. Tell me a little about that. You were fucking dancing, having a good time, having some drinks, or what?
Oh yeah. So Friday night, our whole team was together and everybody like went out and stuff. And I'm like, you guys, I gotta show up on Saturday. I'm gonna take it easy tonight. Best decision I ever made. But on Saturday night, I was like, you guys, I'm not gonna show up tomorrow, but I'm gonna show up tonight. So I need you guys to cover me because we're going hard. Because I mean, ultimately, I think the biggest benefit of these things, and this is the same thing I believe in my corporate life, is the biggest benefits the relationships you make. And so I actually thought the after party and the events were more important almost than the actual event itself. because that's when you have those relationships. Because like I remember in my sales career, I hosted an event, and one of the customers, like it was like CIO of some big company, and we were doing fireball shots and just getting wasted together. And it was the end of my quarter, and I had a deal pending with him, and he had no incentive to sign it. And I just was like, "Yo, remember me, dude?" He's like, "Oh yeah, what's up?" I was like, "Hey man, if you could sign this right now, it'd be meaningful to me. You don't have to do." He's like, "I got you, bro," and he signed it because he knew me as a person. And I was more than just this like imaginary phone person or imaginary internet person. And so that's what's just so dope. And like, yeah, I made a point to go hard on Saturday. So your boy, he likes to have fun. You know, I was dressed up in it's funny because I wore a tracksuit. It's all like dragon or all tigers and stuff. I had some like fake bling on, the glasses. I was stunting out there. Yeah, maybe I'll post a picture up if I can find it. But it's funny because people are like, "Oh, what is that? Is that Versace?" It's like, no, I paid $40 on Amazon for that shit. But it was a good time, man. I had a really good time, and I can't wait for that stuff. And one of the things I will say, because mental health is like kind of a big part of our project too. For anybody who met me, like I've always considered myself a very introverted person. For some reason, like I'm in sales and I could do public speaking and all that stuff. But when it comes to like meeting people in person and stuff, sometimes I do struggle. I get like a lot of second thoughts about, oh, why did I say that to that person? Or I feel like self-conscious about myself. And I didn't feel that at CNFT Con. And it's funny because I think most people would never think that about me. But just talking to people who I don't know if trust is the right word for it, but talking to people I trusted and I just had this instant connection with, made just I don't know empowered me, made me feel like I could be the best version of myself. So it's super dope.
Yo,
John,
I feel you on that though. I feel you on that.
The Veggie Man, you was at the con, brother, and you did not meet the Jedi, dog?
hey, we had a booth and you didn't meet me.
You guys were at the after party together.
Oh, I didn't know that. I don't know what Trog looks like. I don't know what he sounds like.
Oh wait,
The
Dark
Chug,
Jedi, Dark Jedi,
it was
were
not
you
the Chug.
inside or were you just out in the parking lot? Did you go
Uh,
inside?
Chug is not at the Vegas. Chug is in the box, but the Jedi went to the thingy that you took of.
Well,
Forgive
I
me.
was the guy out there shredding up the floor in the full tracksuit.
Ninja Nasty, the Chug interrupted friend Chug.
Oh no, you're good, brother. Go ahead. How's
Is
that?
all. Chug is nothing important for friend.
Nah, I was just chiming in. I was just saying I feel you on that, because I was like, anyway, yeah.
Yeah,
Forgive
I
me.
can also jump in. Yeah, man, everything you've been saying has been in line with my own experience coming into the Cardano community and cryptocurrencies in general and seeing the potential future. And I'm a very self-conscious and nervous person. After I'm very confident speaking, but then after I'll go back over and look over everything I've thought and said and be like, oh God, oh God, oh God. But during it, I'll talk away. But yeah, no, this whole community has been a wonderful thing to be a part of, and thank you very much for speaking on that. Also, what you were saying earlier about people being able to help each other and then benefit from helping each other, and then use the benefit that they had to help the original people again. That man, that's virtuous cycles, and I'm all about virtuous cycles, and it's something I love about the potential for cryptocurrency and the royalty token setup as well and being able to make money off of your investment into someone that you believed in and liked. I mean, it's so much opening up in the world. So yeah, keep doing what you're doing, man.
Okay, I just got a question in the DMs. I guess we're gonna get into the nitty gritty. That night that you were partying, is there any truth to the rumors that you met Elsa Jean that night, got her into crypto, slept with her, made a porno, gonna drop it as an NFT in the future as a collabo. Is there any truth to these rumors? Is that why you're making like VeggieMates, Elsa Jeans and stuff, or do you just want to keep that on the low low?
I plead the fifth on that one.
That was a lot.
I don't know if that came in the form of a DM or that came in the form of a thought out of Joe's head. But either way, I mean, on that topic, completely off that topic, actually.
Well, I could see that happening.
Yo, I got a question for you though. I'm gonna switch modes on you. I'm curious when it comes to you've spoken a little bit about your professional career aside from this. I'm curious what aspects really like what did you pull from your personal time like in the corporate world? What did you pull from that into the VeggieMates project? And then also aside from that, what are the other aspects that you didn't that your professional career didn't prepare you for and that you had to learn?
Yeah, it's a great question. Um, my background, I went to school for programming, so I was a computer science major. I got into sales because I like the idea that you get what you work for. So the harder I worked, the more I made. And so I was like compensated based off of my production. I really like that concept. But a few years into my sales career, I actually had a manager who saw leadership potential in me. And because I just loved helping people, it was like my jam. I just, first, when I love figuring something out and then being able to teach somebody that. Because if it takes me 6 months to learn, I could teach you that in 6 minutes. Like I'm all about that because that's gonna give you the shortcut, and that gives me fulfillment when I help somebody in that way. And so I got into leadership, and that really became my passion. But I pivoted back to sales because at the time I wanted some higher income. So I got into sales, but there came a point where I got really bored of it because I had this technical side to me, and I never got to use my programming degree. And so I actually stepped into like a combination sales technical role. It's called solutions engineering or solutions consulting, and that got me back to my technical roots. And basically, what my job was as a consultant was taking really complicated things and then dumbing them down or like simplifying them so that normal people can understand it, right? So I'm not speaking tech lingo, and that's been a huge skill in this space, is taking very complex concepts and trying to like explain it to somebody who doesn't know anything about crypto. Because it's easy to talk to people in the space. It's really hard to talk to people who are outside the space. And for better or for worse, I never shut up about crypto. I talk to everybody about it in my life all the time because it's what I live and I believe in. But I eventually got back into leadership. So now I'm in a senior leadership role at a tech company. And I think it's honestly been the most important skill because I got into this career for a reason because I do care about helping people. I don't have any children. I'm in my now I'm in my late 30s, I guess. I'm 36 now, and I want to make a contribution in this world. And what I learned is, as a leader, you have an opportunity to positively impact other people's lives. And there aren't a lot. The world's not full of good leaders. There's a lot of shitty managers, shitty leaders out there. And if I could be a positive influence on somebody's life, make it so that they could get somewhere in 5 months that took me 5, 10 years to get to, like that leaves my mark on this planet. And so as I work with the team, you're dealing with all these personalities. A lot of people are working off of sweat equity. Most people aren't getting paid money on the team. Like, we're working for something really big. We obviously, there's a path to revenue in the future, but right now we're just working on a belief and keeping people inspired and motivated, allowing constructive criticism, being okay when somebody tells you you're wrong. Because, as the project lead, it's really easy to take control and just make all the decisions. It's hard to say, maybe my team's smarter than me. And so those are a lot of things I learned. What I wasn't prepared for is just it's really hard to plan for this space because it's there's so many variables. You could be in a bear market and then everything else changes in the environment. You have different metas that are coming out. Like there was there's the humanoid animal phase, and then there's the mutant phase, and then the tokens, and then like right now we're in a different meta where there's like a bunch of raffles and there's all these different moments that just happen, and um, it's kind of hard to stay focused on your mission because as all these random little things come up, everybody in your community is like, "Oh, you got to get all up on that thing. You got to get up on all on that thing," and it's really easy to give into that and get distracted away from your mission, but you also can't ignore everybody and not do any of it, right? So it's striking that balance between like what are we building fundamentally and then how do we keep the people engaged. It's the keeping the people engaged that's actually really difficult to do when you're building a long-term vision. So like I think the hardest thing about this being a project owner is even if you have this big grand vision of the future that you want to build out like we do, you got to survive today. It's a very unforgiving space. So like you gotta live in the short term, even if you should have a long-term vision, but like that was one thing that's been pretty tricky, and like why I mean it is really hard to take time off from the space, and it does affect your mental health, which is why I took some time off for a period of time.
Go ahead, Johnny.
Yeah, man, I'm going to take it back to your thing about there being so many shitty managers in the world. Man, that's been my life experience. That has been my life experience. I have been in so many places where they just do not let you they just don't understand where things should go. And also, I've been in many places where people have taught me. I've been in the position where I've had to be a trainer. And I've spoken directly to people that are below me in that respect to learn so that I can teach them how to use the software, and then they come up with questions that I never considered about how to solve, and I'm like, do you know what? That's a really good way to look at it. Then I go off and figure out a different way to approach it so that they can get more efficiently through the problem. So like being able to be humble enough to understand that you don't know everything and that someone else is in another position who understands it based on their experience and you haven't had that experience is a huge thing because then you can learn from them, even though you're supposed to be teaching them. And to hear you say that is just a wonderful thing to hear. And also, I'm in my late 30s, proper 39, and here's me starting out in the crypto space and building up as well. So I feel like we have some parallels, and I'm very, very glad that you got there first and that I'm building as well. And we're doing different things, so we're not competitors, which is good.
I
Yeah,
just
man.
want to disagree real quick with VeggieMates. Passionately disagree, emotionally disagree with one thing that you said. You said 36 was late 30s now. No, that is
Definitely not.
mathematically that is still mid 30s. You're in your mid 30s still. And the reason being is I'm 37 and I'm in that last year where I'm still mid 30s. I could still say mid 30s and technically I'd be right. I'm in my mid 30s until I hit this 38. Then mathematically I'm in my late 30s and I'm going to have to admit to it. But let me hold on to this last year, please. And you hold on to two more and it's positive energy. So mid 30s, please. You're not late 30s yet.
Yeah, let him have this, man. Let him
Yeah,
have
yeah,
this.
yeah. I'll leave. I was just trying to think about it logically, so I was like, oh, I guess I'm on the second
Yeah,
half,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm closer to the middle. You're right, so
You
I'll
rounded
If
up.
you were
I see what you
yeah,
if you
did.
were
You
rounding,
rounded up.
I I
Like you
look
just
like I'm
accepted it
12.
early. Like fuck yeah. Like I'm not afraid of it. I'm late 30s already. Shit. I
Yeah,
might call
yeah.
myself 40. Um,
No, you're still young, man. Young Ada.
he said young
yeah,
Ada.
why
Yo,
not?
does this mean I should start the hashtag old Ada? I mean,
No, don't do it.
Old money.
Don't do it.
that's
Mid
cool.
Yo,
mid Ada.
and keep the questions, comments, fucking concerns, in case you want to
Ah,
spread some
Yeah, yeah.
FUD and some
Bring in the
shit.
heat too. Bring in the heat if
veggie.
you want.
You want a fucking battle
Junk
rap,
food man.
freestyle, whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Kit Kat, Winky Boy, Chug, Chug, Fringe did not battle the Chug for the belt thingy. Chug won the belt thingy, still has the belt thingy, and then Chug was in the box and did not come cheer with the friends of Chug, and no one challenged the Chug. No one wanted the smoke from the Chug. Perhaps you will challenge the Chug once more. If no friends of Chug is up to the fucking task to challenge the Chug because they is scared.
I hope this is the case because I
Oh,
think
y'all, everybody in this entire Cardano space is scared right now. We got to be better than that. You know, I was gonna give some time out of the ring. I was gonna go become a Buddhist monk in India for about 6 months. Really do some self reflection. But if you're gonna come at me with the smoke, fuck all that. It's on. Next Mania, the Trog versus VeggieMates, the rematch.
Ah.
You heard it here first, folks.
I heard it.
fuck yeah.
It's
Oh,
legit.
Chillermania.
Once. It sounds like we're selling drugs like an ounce. What? But yo, I think this is a good segue. Let me just say real quick before I ask the next question. Sorry, I'm high as fuck. Uh, my brain stutters. Uh, you guys have been asking great questions, great comments, great concerns. Keep them coming. If you're down there as listener or you want to DM them, take advantage. If you want to give some flowers now. You know what I mean? While my boy is here in the space before he becomes a big Hollywood star and shit and takes over the entertainment industry. Uh, don't say you didn't have a chance. You're gonna be like, yo, I was there. I was a listener. I got shy. I didn't want to go up there.
I was seriously just about to ask if you were coming back for Shellmania, and then I got my answer. So I put my hand back down.
Yo, something about the weed and the fucking system that makes everything connect right and fucking sync and fucking synchronicity and all that shit. Maybe it's destiny. I don't know. But yeah, I'm sure you could tell I'm high as fuck. But I want a segue. I want a
Yo,
segue.
before you segue, do you mind if I chime in on that last part of our conversation real quick?
Please do so.
All right, thanks, Joe. Uh, one thing you mentioned, and one thing I noticed that you do really well, um, and you were talking about pivoting earlier. I feel like for myself, one of the big uh, indicators, if you will, kind of like the opposite of a red flag, is when a project has the ability, like you were saying, when metas change. And I always, I'm a big Call of Duty player, so I always think of it in minds of like Call of Duty, like okay, which gun are we using now? What buff? What nerf happened? Like okay, what's what's the meta now? When those metas change and you pivot, how have you been able to continue to pivot? Because I've noticed you've pivoted a few times since you started, and how have you decided like when to do that? Like that's got to be scary as a project owner.
Yeah, that's another good question. It is scary. It's like I said, it's an unforgiving space. So messaging and communication are everything. Um, I was thinking about like if let's say there was a car company like Honda, right? And they were like, we're gonna make electric vans or electric trucks. Like maybe they're doing it. I don't know, but let's say that's what their big old thing was. And then they figured out, oh my god, building these electric trucks, it doesn't math out on paper. The market's not there. They do their market studies and they figure out that the electric trucks are actually going to run them out of business, and like Tesla has too big of a lead or whatever. Um, it would Honda just keep building electric trucks after that? Like, no, probably not. They that's not how they survived as a business. They would look at things and make a smart business decision. And who knows what will happen? Maybe you make that announcement and say, "Oh, I guess we're not building these trucks after all." Chances are, you're like, "Yeah, that makes sense." If you reason with them and you give them context, Worst case scenario, everybody gets fear and they're like, oh no, and they sell their Honda stock, but fundamentally nothing actually changed. In fact, they made a better decision. So ultimately, their stock price is probably actually going to go up versus if they did the thing that they thought they wanted to do 2 years ago, it could have crashed them. And so I think it's just having that long-term vision, understanding what you're driving towards. Because like the reality is, we started off super simple, and this actually answers your first question, Joe, of like where we started to where we are today. We've expanded our vision so much beyond our initial idea. Like our very first idea was just make comics. When we minted our veggies, it was pretty low scope. But we wanted to do more than that. And as we started like thinking more about what are we, and when we decided we're an entertainment company, we thought bigger. And there's actually a guy on our team, I got to give him mad credit. His name's Gubjub. You guys might know him on Twitter. He's very opinionated, but he is a core team member, and he just has so many good ideas. And I got to give a lot of credit to him for helping us paint our vision. But as we've matured, it's just been very clear to us like what our priorities are. And I try to be really good and open with the community. I believe that if you give people the benefit of the doubt, a lot of times they're going to surprise you. So instead of assuming everybody's going to be pissed at me because I said I was going to do A and we pivot to B, I would hope that with the right reasoning and logic, which like we don't make those decisions lightly, by the way. Those are very serious decisions that have potential consequences. So there is usually a lot of thought put into that, and as long as you provide that context, I think most of the people in the space are actually very intelligent, and they support you. It's when you have bad messaging, you don't explain your logic behind it. Like I think that's what causes a lot of projects to fail. They might even make a smart business decision, but they just don't do a good job of how they communicate it. And that's why, per our community suggestion, one of the things that I do is video updates, because I know you can't always go into Discord and read everything. So every like week or two, I put out a YouTube video. I'm fully doxxed. You see my face and everything. I try to make it a high energy video, about 5 minutes or less. And I just kind of explain what's going on with the project. And I really think that communication is helpful, and it gives you the flexibility to keep your community up to date and make pivots where they're smart business decisions.
Yo, everybody has different definitions of success, right? In my eyes, according to my definitions, I consider you like one of the most successful projects in all of Cardano. Two 10K different projects, right? From you guys, the VeggieMates and the Junkies, both sold out, both doing extremely well, like in the markets. And what you like to see is the plans you have. I hold on to one VeggieMate, which is one that you gifted me. And then I got like I think I'm like at 16 Junkies or something right now. It goes up and down because if I see one under 108 or something, I'm scooping it up. I'm sorry if I got if it's in my wallet, I'm like, yo, that's a steal right there. They don't even know what the fuck they're doing. And then you know how it is. Life is life. Life happens every once in a while. Shit, I'm gonna get rid of this one for 175. If someone wants to, if someone needs that, boom, there you go, and we're doing good. But I like it hurts me though. I don't like keeping it in fucking market because then I'm like, yo, I just missed out on my greens for today because I want to fucking sell this one. You know what I mean? So be be very fucking cautious and shit. Just having your shit out there, and you might be missing out on some staking you could be doing. So if you're gonna get rid of one or not, make sure that you're fucking confident in that. But what I wanted to say was success. If there's other projects out there listening right now, and they see you as what I would call a successful project, which I do. Like I said, two 10K drops, both sold out, still building, got a lot to look for in the future. And my next question is gonna be about the details of the greens, because that's like the next evolution in like your journey and your story, which it makes me bullish because I know that then there's gonna be something else and something else in comic books, and like I just know you're not gonna stop because it's been fucking steamrolling and steamrolling. This is what gives me the confidence. But I'm not trying to fucking kiss your ass all night, but I'm just gonna call it how I see it. You're like one of the elite projects. What would be like some of the top like fucking advice you would give to like a new project or a project out there that might be struggling or that might be trying to innovate or might be somebody that might be thinking of dropping a project in the future? What have you learned from your experiences that you would like to like pass on to someone and be like, yo, this is what I learned from my experience. Maybe it can help you on your journey in the future.
Yeah, first thing I would say to somebody new is this is hard. This is really hard. If you're not willing to make sacrifices in other parts of your life, I would say like I got out of a relationship and this definitely helped trigger it, but ultimately that person wasn't the right fit for me. Somebody that doesn't support me doing what I want to do for a living, that's my passion, is not the person for me. And like that's a pretty fucking big sacrifice to make. And I don't know if most people are willing to make those sacrifices because honestly, it's hard to sell out a mint. It's very, very hard to sell out a mint. It's way harder to keep it going. It's so much harder to keep it going. And people underestimate the after part. So the first thing I would say is this is incredibly difficult. Second thing I would say is you need to run your project like a business if you want to succeed. So you have to have a revenue model. Your revenue model can't be your mint. That's your funding, and you do need to do a proper accounting. It's not fun stuff to do, but your money will run out. And if you want to keep developing, I mean, this is how companies work. They get funded so they can innovate, and then they innovate so they can produce better products, and then you consume those products because they're better, and then cycle lives on. So funding is a requirement. You gotta have a strategy for that. If your strategy is we'll sell out our mint, then we'll just give away everything, and we'll donate money, or we'll give all the top people money, and all you do is just hand out money. You're not going to be able to build actual value eventually. It's all just hype. So that would be another piece of advice that I have is think about it like a business. Do your accounting, have a financial plan in place to sustain your business. And the last thing I would say is it's hard and you're going to doubt yourself. There's going to be downtimes, and there's going to be periods where you're going to be like, why the hell did I do this? And you just work through those periods. It like I like to work out. One of the things about going to the gym is there's days I don't feel like working out, and I've never gone to the gym to work out and been like, man, I shouldn't have done that. You got to go on the days you don't want to go, because those are the days where you figure out what you're made out of. And the harder it is, the shittier it is, you gotta psych yourself up, because anybody could do what's comfortable, but it's going to get uncomfortable. It's inevitable. It doesn't matter if think about this, the top projects, right? You might think sitting as like a project lawyer, oh man, I wish I was them. They got so much damn pressure on them. When their price drops by 50%, they got more eyes on them, higher expectations. They go through the same kind of stress as anybody else. And like, you just got to work through it. You just got to stay true to what you said you're going to do. And it's the hardest part of the project, man. And for me, I'm not saying anybody's got to be doxxed or whatever. There's a lot to that. But I see why a lot of people quit. Like, I know why a lot of people quit, because the shit ain't easy, man. It's really hard. So if you're not willing to work on those days you don't feel like working, you're probably not going to make it, honestly.
Yo, that's amazing advice. That's amazing advice just for life, not just even just a fucking
Yeah.
project. Like just for life, that's amazing advice. So I hope people were listening If not, I hope they check it out on the YouTube or the TikTok or the whatever the fuck I post this shit on.
Multicasting, baby, multicasting.
Fuck yeah, we're gonna be everywhere, bro. This is gonna be everywhere. Uncle Charlie's gonna listen to this, and he's gonna be listening right now, and like, yo, this is cool community and shit. I hate that they call me Uncle Charlie. But fuck it, you know what I mean? They're getting porn stars in this motherfucker. It's all good.
Hey,
You know,
did you come out with your video on DeFi and impermanent loss and all that?
Bro, after I explained it in the Stoner's Club, like, oh man, this is gonna be hard. So I was like making animations and stuff. So I made an interim video, but it was a lot. It was a lot more than a 1 day turnaround for me.
fuck
Um,
yeah. Hey,
yeah,
yo,
yeah,
that's one thing we were talking about that day, right? That this YouTube shit and all that is a lot harder than it like seems, because you imagine it like, yo, I want it to look like this and like that, and the intro and the outro and little music or whatever, you know? And it's not as easy as people think. Like I'm same here, bro. But you know, I know you'll get to it and you'll get it done just based on what we were just talking about right now. And honestly, you inspire me with the same thing, which is why I'm doing this thing right now. And I hope you guys notice I'm acting a little more professional. I'm still fucking cussing and shit and high as fuck, but like I'm like, yo, let me do a proper interview and ask like the questions that somebody new might want to know and shit. Um and honestly, this has been one of the dopest interviews we've ever done. And we're gonna put you to the test and give you another practice shot, because that's exactly what I want to segue to is the greens, baby. That's like I'm understanding more and more. And honestly, one of them was thanks to you, because we were in a space, I don't know, maybe a few weeks ago, where we were talking about this, and you kind of gave us like a basic breakdown. But I want to get into that again, because I'm staking my greens. I don't fully understand everything, but I'm from the hood, so if it's free, give it to me. You know what I mean? So like, I'm like, yo, let me see. I got a bunch of junkies. I can stake them. Wooty woo. He said I gotta connect my wallet here. I'm doing the damn thing and collecting the greens. And I'm watching the charts now. I'm watching the charts. I see the little thing going up, going down, going up, going down. People buying, people selling and shit. So it's not a for fake thing. It's a thing that you imagined and you brought to reality, and now it's a real thing that people could go fucking. I think you guys you're in Meld. I don't want to say the wrong exchange or the Dex or whatever it's called, but I know you're in a few of them. Tell us about the greens, how the fuck it works, how you can stake them, what the breakdown is on the tokenomics. I remember a lot of it, so I'm gonna be testing myself as you explain it. Like, yo, okay, impermanent loss, boom,
When moon?
that thing,
When moon?
all that.
yeah, Moon. Next Tuesday, for sure. That's a fact. Not
Come
financial
on with those
advice.
hard hitting questions.
Yeah.
I'll get my telescope, man. I'll get my telescope.
Fuck this beating around the bush.
No, you won't need a telescope. You just go on Tap Tool, or you
Oh,
just go on
we're going
MinSwap.
straight there.
Yeah. No. That's I don't actually. The market dictates the price. For me, it's like we build the fundamental underlying value. The market decides what the worth is. That's what we found with our NFTs. Is when I stopped caring about temporary price. If you find actual value, so you got to actually provide value. But yeah, the token. One of the things I will say is I feel really good about our tokenomics, and a big part of it is because your boy's a degen, and I've owned every shit coin in the book you could think of, and I've been a part of very high APR rates, and I've lost a lot of money in my life. I've had some good tokens as well, and luckily those good tokens end up outweighing all the bad ones, and I don't go full degenerate where I'm putting my life savings in shit coins, but you realize why they're shit. And one of the things I didn't want to do was create that, but I, I had a lot of fun doing it. And so, how do you replicate some of the fun parts of these crazy tokens out there that just are unsustainable? But how do you do it in a sustainable way? And so, one of the things that we have with our token is we have a 10-year emission schedule, and it decreases over time. So the idea there is we don't want to dump our entire supply out at once, and we want to make sure that we have time to build value for our ecosystem and our token. So the way it works is the most tokens are going to go out in year one, and they'll slowly go down over time. The people who supported us early will be the biggest benefactors, but it gives us time to actually build value up. So even though we're giving out less rewards in the future, the value of ideally the value, like the intrinsic value of us as a company, goes up over time because we've had more time to build our products out. Therefore, hopefully, the value of the token is parallel with that. So that's one of the things about our tokenomics. We didn't do like a big airdrop because I just didn't know if that would be a good fit for our tokenomics. But like one thing I would say, anybody who does want to look at a token, an NFT token, check us out. Look at our chart. I promise you, you're gonna have a really hard time finding another NFT project with a similar chart. If you look at the all-time, it's because of our tokenomics. We took a very different approach than a lot of other projects. And I'm not saying we're right and they're wrong, but I'll say that our chart, and I'm not just saying that like, oh, we went to the moon more than anybody else or anything like that, but we have a very different approach than a lot of NFT projects, and that's because I actually started off as a token person. So did Paul on our team, and we did put a lot of thoughts into how we're going to deploy and bring out the supply. So right now, the main utility of the Greens token is the staking rewards. So if you own NFTs or if you own Greens tokens, you actually get daily rewards of Greens. So that's the good part right now. So if you own Junkies, you own Veggies, every day you earn Greens. This for anybody that was here earlier, this folds back into the virtually made entertainment ecosystem. So as we continue to build out our ecosystem, we expand IPs. The center of our entire company is creating this ecosystem around Greens. So I posted this up at the top. For VeggieMates versus Junkies, one of our upcoming utilities is our franchise pass. So you can actually have your veggies eat your junkies or your junkies eat your veggies. And then if you eat 3 veggies, you become a crumb lord. If you eat 3 junkies, you become a vigilante. And so it's going to be on a new policy ID. All that's going to be powered by Greens. So in order to do the consumption, you'll use Greens for that. And then as you eat veggies and junkies, you level up your character and you unlock these metadata augmentations. So level 1, you'll get to make a custom name. Level 2, you'll get a custom theme song. And level 3, you unlock what's called our franchise pass. And so what our franchise pass is, it's very similar to a battle pass. So as we're building out our ecosystem, one of the things we're going to do is drop like Sunday shorts. Every Sunday, we'll drop a little comic snippet. The way the franchise pass works is much like a season pass in like Fortnite or Call of Duty. As you hit certain milestones in the ecosystem, you unlock skins. And so as an example is, we have a comic where we have Bazooka Brock. That's one of our vigilante characters. And you collect all 10 issues of Bazooka Brock. Well, now you unlock a Bazooka Brock trait that you can actually augment your NFTs. So you can augment your vigilante, and now you unlock this body. And so you're not stuck with the veggie or the junkie that you minted, but we have like there's a whole white paper on this. But we have like a whole power level system. So we're gamifying the collection, and it's really cool because our slogan is own your entertainment. And so like, again, our big blue sky vision is you get to own your NFTs, you get to customize your experience. The more you interact with our ecosystem, the more customization you get. And then, if we get to that point where you are able to put your veggie in a comic, or you're able to put your veggie in an animation, you really have that sense of ownership. So you're not watching like generic Spider-Man, you're watching your version of Spider-Man. So that's like the ecosystem we're building. Greens is the center point of all of it. Everything's going to be transacted in Greens. And like our whole goal with Greens is to create this entertainment ecosystem that powers virtually made.
That sounds wild, yo. Um, you have a vision, that like most people wouldn't even take on that challenge, but you're doing it like step by step, and we're watching it unfold in front of our eyes. I honestly, anyone that is familiar with this project that wouldn't be bullish, I really don't see it. I don't see it. I don't understand. And again, I'm not trying to kiss your ass all night because you're my homie or whatever. Um, it's just it's the truth. Like when you look into a fucking project and you're like, yo, look at the history. Look at what's going on. This ain't fucking financial advice or nothing, but like. I don't know how we keep falling for these fucking rug pulls and shit. These fucking rug pulls that get all this fucking ADA, like, yo, talk about a fucking project with real value, and we're surrounded by a lot of that. And there are projects that been here for a minute, This is one of them, and I like to hear about it. So moving forward, what's the next thing that is on the checklist that we got to look forward to? I'm already staking my greens. Is what you were talking about, like the being able to eat like junkies or veggies? Is that happening now, or how soon is that?
Yeah, actually, so I posted up at the top. So if anybody wants more info on that, we made a fun little animation, and then there's a white paper behind it. Our next deliverable is going to be our shorts. We've already got ahead of the curve on them, so we're just working on our deployment strategy in terms of like how people are going to view it, what's the utility of it. We want to make sure that we don't want to limit access to our entertainment, because the bigger your audience, the better. But we want to incentivize people to have some ownership there. So that's the part of it that we're working on right now. But in terms of artwork, um, we're ready to deliver on it. So the comics are going to be really the first utility in-house for green. So the reason I say in-house is we have partnered with other projects like Goat Tribe, where you could use greens for their mint. We partnered with, for Joe, Cardano lands, but that's to earn their token. We've partnered with Mutant so that you could use greens in raffles. So there's some partner utility, but the comics are going to be in greens. And that's going to be our first in-house utility for greens. So that's what's coming first. As far as the franchise pass, we got through our scoping call today with our dev team. It sounds very promising. If you do want to know more about this stuff, I just did a YouTube video update as well. So just type in VeggieMates on YouTube, you'll find it. But we're expecting. I don't want the devs to kill me. I'll just say it'll happen before Q2 next year. Right now, and that's being very generous with the timeline. So
don't pressure on it, Dev.
Yeah, no. I got to be careful. I'm very careful of what I write and what I say, because you could put context behind what you say, but yeah, when we write stuff, it gets a lot more serious. So I'm actually pretty careful about setting false expectations, because I am my day job is in a technical sales role, so a big part of my day job is giving customers an expectation of what the implementation effort is going to be in timelines. And what you don't want to do is set the wrong expectations, because sometimes what people do is they say something that's without any research. They just say something off the cuff, give a timeline, and then eventually they get held to it, when in reality they could have did the proper job, scoped it out, told people the truth, and no one would have cared any differently. It's more about expectation setting than it is just getting people excited about something right around the corner that's not really around the corner.
So how much greens does somebody get per veggie per epoch?
Yeah, well, so they're daily epochs, and it's non-custodial staking, which is nice. So it's very similar to ADA. Right now, I think it's 1.3 greens per day. The more people that stake, so there's a allotment that goes out every day, and it gets divided amongst all the holders. And so the more people that stake, the less greens you get. But in return, that means that there's probably less veggies and junkies on the marketplaces. So if you look at our supply listed on the marketplaces, I don't know what the exact number is, but it's probably under 3% or hovering around 3% on both supplies. And they're both 10K supplies, so that's actually something that we're pretty proud of. The number was low before staking, but a lot of people who own veggies and junkies are very active.
So then my next question would be, if I own like a veggie and I'm going to eat, what'd you say, 3 junkies or 4 junkies to be a vigilante? Now,
Mm-hmm.
how much greens does that one get per day?
Yes. So you'll eat its greens reward. So if you eat one, you'll earn 2 times. If you eat two, you'll get 3 times. But once you get to the franchise pass, one of the other benefits beyond like metadata augmentations is there is a greens incentive, and then this is where rarity comes into play. So we wanted to really like fuck things up and just I don't know what's gonna happen, but one of the things is like, how do you motivate someone to eat their rarest junkie? Like, we want this to be a war. We want it to be serious. And so, how do you get somebody to burn like one of their best junkies? And so we had to create an incentivization for the eating the rarer ones. So the way our system works is your power level. If you have the rarest veggie out of a set of 10,000, its power level is 10,000. So rank number one's power level 10,000. Rank number 10,000 is power level 1. So if your rank 10,000 eats the rarest junkie, now your power level's 20,000. And you eat like the next rarest junkie, now your power level's 29,999. And then you eat like the least rare junkie, so it's only 1 point. So now your power level's 30,000. So you're gonna have a power level, and depending on what tier power level you're in, you're gonna have different rewards in terms of like the metadata augmentations and your greens rewards. And so what's fun about it is we have no clue what the community is gonna do. I don't know if somebody's gonna actually eat the 2 rarest junkies. I doubt it, but it'd be crazy. Like we have a Crypto Drums is our biggest holder, and he literally just bought a bunch of junkies so he can eat them all, and he's like the veggie king, and he's just ready to go ham on them. So that guy's gonna do some crazy stuff, and then you don't know what the tiers are dynamic, so somebody might like try to inch their way into the top tier, and then somebody else decides to like go over the top of them. But once all the veggies and junkies are eaten, it is what it is. So it's a whole gamified thing, and we explain the numbers in our franchise pass. But if you are in like the top, we made it so that we're not going to charge an arm and a leg on the greens front. We really want to gamify the utility of this. So it's going to be very affordable from that standpoint. But we do want to make it so that people just, I don't know, they go crazy with it. We're really trying to build up this war that's going on, because at the end of the day, it's like tying the utility with the storyline that makes it a lot of fun. And we gave the rewards in a way where you get an ROI by a certain time that we thought was reasonable, but like not, you're not going to get an ROI in one day on anything, but you'll get a more favorable ROI on the rarer ones, I'll say.
I
Yo,
see.
real quick, Willie boy. Now you got me thinking, rethinking things, because I own one VeggieMate and like a bunch of junkies. Damn, am I gonna turn around and like stab the junkies in the back and become a VeggieMate and just because I'm gonna eat more like that if I choose that path.
Which one did you choose in the Discord? Did you choose junkie or did you choose
I
veg?
chose junkie. I was all excited about the junkies and the new drop, and that's why I went ham on like getting as many as I could. And now it's this fucking bear market, bro. I don't even know what the fuck to do.
I
Um,
know exactly what Willie Boy is gonna do. He's gonna fucking burn some junkies. He's gonna eat. He's gonna have 2 vigilantes in his wallet.
some vagina, vajayjay. Remember Mad TV? The one.
I remember that shit.
Yo, but yo, we should do that giveaway, huh? I'm such a dick. I'm over here eating, all comfortable in my kitchen and grubbing. Uh, I ate some veggies. Is a sweet potato a veggie? Yeah. I was eating some sweet potato with that like Mexican condensed sweetened milk, and it's the greatest fucking thing ever. I don't know if you guys ever fucking fucked with that, but if not, I highly recommend it. But I'm gonna go to my room, go to my laptop right now. And if you haven't retweeted the junkie that's pinned up to the top somewhere right there,
What's wrong with you?
yeah, retweet that shit. Give yourself a chance to win. And then before I send it, you gotta have a wallet staked to weed, baby. You know what I mean? Because that's our stake pool right there. If you're a pothead and you ain't at least got one of your little wallets staked to weed, then I don't know what you're doing. If you got the big wallet staked to weed, then I know exactly what you're doing. You're doing it right. But yeah, we're gonna do this giveaway. Give me 1 second.
And
Yo,
Hey,
in
while
that
you
remember,
do that,
in that time while he's doing that, real quick, yo, what's like the best? I guess you could probably argue it all ways, but is there like a optimal time to harvest greens? Like once
yeah,
a month, every couple times a month? Like I'm sure a bunch of people have asked you that, but do
yeah,
you have like a
and
general advice?
I'm totally like a math person, so I would do that. But I'm like also trying to make sure I don't give people financial advice. So earlier I was totally joking. So I actually haven't done the math myself, and I refuse to do it because I don't want to tell anything. But what the community says is between 1,000 to 1,500 is where you should claim. I don't know what the logic is. You got to ask them about it, but that's just what I heard. Is when you get to like that 1,000 1,500 mark, that's where it makes the most sense. But it's all gonna depend on like the price and stuff. But we're all you're paying is gas to claim them. So it's making sure that you calculate like, okay, I need to cover the gas fees, and then what's the rewards against that, and that's the number that I've heard. Personally, for me, I just claim them at the end of every week, like for my veggies. So it's just easy for me to remember.
I gotcha. I gotcha.
I I was gonna answer a question because I feel like Joe kind of asked it a few ways, but Elsa Jean. Um, so I I knew who that was when I saw her tweet us, and it was just like I was in Tijuana actually, and had a good night. Woke up. Well, I don't even know if I woke up. I was just up, and is that morning. And I my Twitter, it's always on, and I get a little buzz. It's like Elsa Jean tweeted out like it's like Eight of Ninjas, VeggieMates, Ape Society. It's like, oh what? Elsa Jean totally unsolicited called us out. So I was super hyped about it. And then so we hit up our artist. We're like, "Yo, we gotta get an NFT in her honor." So we made a little. I'll post it up at the top. We made a little corn star NFT. So we actually minted it and put it in her wallet, and then a couple days ago she retweeted it. And it got a lot of impressions on it. It's pretty good. Like our artist did a really good job, and corn star, pretty funny stuff. So that's what happened. That's what happened there. And for me, like I don't know. I know people are like, oh, she's gonna come to the ecosystem, suck stuff out. I personally believe we gotta like you've heard this before. We gotta be careful of the tribalism in Cardano. It's like it's attention. It's potentially bringing in an audience that isn't in NFTs right now. So for me, I'm all for it. Like I want people. She has like 600K followers. Why wouldn't we want her influence in our space? That's the kind of stuff that's going to bring Web2 people. But if we get all snooty every time somebody comes in space and doubt them, we're going to be our own worst enemies ultimately. Like I totally get trying to protect people, but it comes back to like assuming the best intentions in people. Sometimes it's going to bite you in the ass and screw you, but most times people are good people. Like at least that's how I've learned
Yes,
in my life.
and Elsa will be mighty for half chug. Yes.
I know I want a boner too. But like not just her, like the porn star, but the drawing, the artist did a great job. Like I'd even bone the cartoon version, like the VeggieMate version of her. You know what I mean? Giving me like what was Homer Simpson's wife's name? I smash her too.
Marge.
Marge.
Yeah,
Dude,
like Marge Simpson vibes. I have a threesome with Marge Simpson and the Alsa Jean VeggieMate. I just want to throw that out there officially.
attaboy.
Yeah, you know what I mean. You gotta throw it out there. Make a wish and shit. Make a wish foundation might make it happen for me one day. But I'm gonna pick a winner right here for this giveaway. I hope you were smart enough to be in here. You're gonna pay
Man,
your
I hope
guesses.
you retweeted it.
Yeah, it sounded cracking. Let's make it happen. You know what? I'm gonna reload it just in case there's that one person that didn't fucking retweet it in time. I'm gonna give you 30 last seconds. Get up there, retweet
Those
it.
tweets and son.
Retweet it, baby. Don't trip. I'm gonna give you a chance to stick to weed even if you weren't. I forgive you, baby. I forgive you. Come back home where you belong. We're
We
very
love
loving
you.
here. Yeah. Willie boy, we fucking love you. Let me look at the soundboard. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's fucking all love. Okay. It's time. You had enough time. Enough bullshit. Let's get down to it. Who's gonna win the fucking junkie? Man, I hate that I can't win this motherfucker. I would like to win it. But you guys could win it. A lot of you qualify. Let's make it happen. And the winner is Deans. Deans, it looks like he has like a clay. Yo, I see him down there. What's up, Deans? Congratulations. We just followed you on the Stonerz Club. Throw up an emoji if you're here. If you see us, I don't know if you're on a PC or a phone, but if you throw up a thumbs up or a clap or something, so we know you're there. I'm gonna need you to DM me your Ada wallet address so I can send you this Junkies that you won. I hope you're awake, bro. Cause if you're not, or sis, or they, or or Clay, or however you want to be called, I respect it, baby. But you just won. If you
I
don't
want,
message me, if I
I
don't
want
get
to
a DM, if I don't get a DM within 24 hours, Deans down there and you're asleep, that'd be very sad because then that means tomorrow night I'd have to pick another winner. It wouldn't be fair to the rest of the Stoners Club. So I hope you're awake. I hope you DM me with your address and I give that to you and then you could tweet that you fucking want a dope ass junkie. If not, in 24 hours, I will pick another winner.
Hey there, Big Joe. Before we move on and get to the rest of this wonderful interview with VeggieMates, was the other giveaway the Voodoo Brigada? Is that what I'm looking for?
No, maybe. I was giving away a fucking a Stoner's Club clock, which is minting now, the Stoner's Club Epoch clock. Right? There's only 420 out there.
Okay.
I don't know how many are left. It was that, and it was one other thing. It might have been the voodoo as well, Willie boy. You might be right. It might because it was two. It was two NFTs I was giving away. And if not, I'll find it later. Eventually I'll fucking I'll get to it. No big deal. You know I'm a stoner, but I'll make it right eventually. So don't break your head too much looking for that shit on the fucking. You know I retweet everybody's shit on the Stoners Club fucking account. It's the one where I really like to show love and just spread the news about the community and shit. So I'm retweeting all day up in that motherfucker. So yeah, don't even break your
You
head too
know,
much.
I have I won a Barracuda NFT, and let's give one of them away tonight. How's
A
that?
Barracuda, is that the movie one?
Uh, that's the one they're giving out now, or they're minting now. So their latest NFT.
The ones that had all the cars at CNFT Con, that's
Yep.
Dana and them. Oh, okay. Well, yo,
Yeah.
make a tweet, pin it to the
Yep.
top, and so the people can retweet it. Do I qualify for this shit? Can I win
Yeah.
it?
Everybody.
Well, I want
Everybody
to win some
qualifies.
shit sometimes too. You know what I mean? I want to win some shit. I like winning the NFTs and shit. It's like why I'm
I,
here and shit.
I'll even do the Twitter picker later. Yes, Joe,
Wait,
you
please,
qualify.
please make it happen. I'm tired. I want to lay down right now in a bit. Fucking VeggieMates talks a lot, huh? All about himself. Yo, I've been through this and that and my lows and shit. And now I'm fucking the man and fuck you. But yo, in case you guys haven't heard, the trogs are about to mint out. Make sure you get your fucking trogs. Your trogs are pretty much gonna be doubled down. I look, VeggieMates. I know. There's a history of Shillamania, but I gotta pump it up. You know what I mean? I gotta pump it up. There's other projects out there, and the Trog's about a minute out, and he's got a cool little roadmap and a bunch of shit going down. We were recording music. We're recording music. Look, I don't want to start no rap beef or none of that shit, but we're recording music last night. You're my guy, VeggieMates. We could do some music too. We could write some shit, throw it on my new fucking music player that's gonna fucking airdrop on everyone's fucking head and change the fucking game. Just dropping a little alpha for you guys in case you own a fucking high AI or a stoner frog or a OG fucking Cardano Stonerz Club NFT, the original one, the one that I will just fucking give away like every fucking day. Any of these projects that you supported, the fucking mini ninja heroes, fucking any of the, I'm getting all these policy IDs down, all of them, every policy ID, boom, 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 boom. I don't give a fuck if it comes out to fucking 4 or 5 thousand wallets, and we're gonna airdrop some shit. And you might hear a track right there with a fucking Dark Jedi or a Trog or a fucking VeggieMates or a Junkies. The accent might come out, the mysterious accent. You never know what the fuck is gonna happen. You might hear some fucking a collabo with fucking Shark or fucking the Holy Bins. You might hear collabo with the fucking Crime Fighters. You know what I mean? You don't know. You might fucking, you might hear a song with my old friend from up north in Canada that used to tell us about all the different weed strains and shit. That had a little drama one day on the Stoner's Club when I wasn't hosting. I wish I would have been here to just calm things down and be like, yo, baby girl, it's gonna be all right. Maybe we'll make a song about it, and that's the way we make up. Willie Boy knows what I'm talking about.
I know
Um,
what you're talking about. I was there.
Mhm.
Hell
yo,
yeah, she'll be on an upcoming drop of mine as well.
man, how
Yep.
I'm such a flirt. I even flirt with people that ain't even fucking here. I'm a Virgo. Sorry, I'm a
Uh,
Virgo.
yeah, yeah,
Yo,
Happy
that's
birthday,
where we
Virgo.
Frank.
get it for sure. But
You're a
yeah,
Virgo
man.
too, Willie boy?
Yeah, September
Oh
16th.
shit. Oh, I'm September 6th.
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, she's a talented artist. That there's no doubt about that. She's very talented.
Yeah, I'm also very talented, Willie Boy. I'm very, very
Oh,
talented,
no
and that's
doubt.
why I think we'll make good music together. Willie Boy. That's why I'm saying I want to collaborate with everybody. I'm super pumped up. I'm super pumped up. I was recording with the Dark Jedi. Fucking last night. Sorry, I smoke a lot of weed. I forget my days.
I can't wait,
The
man.
Trog came out the box. The Trog came out the box. He's free now. He's ready to fucking Shillamanias in what, 12, 13 days from now is Shillamania.
Choke,
Once.
choke.
Once. Willie Boy, once. You're getting your Spanish numbers all fucked up.
Once, choke,
Yeah, once.
choke.
Ocho was the eight. But yeah, now it's the once. I don't know if I'll keep that. That was just a freestyle thing. We'll see. I'm gonna talk to my guy Ninja Nasty. The official fucking. Uh, what 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 would be the title, Ninja Nasty? I don't want to see like fucking poster artist or fucking. There's a fancy name like a calligrapher or some shit, or what's your title? That way when I tell people like, yo, this is what this fucking ninja does.
I mean, I was gonna say art director, but I mean the real answer might be like art Star Lord or some shit. I don't know. Let's make
There
up
we
a good
go.
one.
There we go. That's more accurate.
I don't
That's
know.
more accurate. If you
If you're
ever
gonna
seen,
go big.
yo, if you guys ever seen a fucking Stoner's Club like poster giveaway or any type of fucking art, most likely it came from my guy Ninja Nasty. So if you're a project out there and you're
Uncle
fucking,
Sam posters.
yeah, you need a poster or some type of fucking art or fucking, you know what I mean? Some type of shit for your website or your YouTube video. I know I use it a lot for my YouTube videos and shit. Ninja Nasty's always hooking me up like, hey, yo, what? Who's the next guest? Yo, he been family, been part of the Stoners Club, been co-hosting, and I'm sure he's gonna start hosting his own Stoners Club spaces here pretty soon. Don't be surprised if you see him behind this actual fucking profile right here pretty soon. We're starting to expand. I don't know if you guys heard the European Stoners Club UTC time earlier today. I spent a few hours in there. It was awesome. My guy Mercurius is running that. We're spreading our wings now with the Stoners Club, guys. Excuse me, you guys thought I fucking forgot about the hashtag? You remember who invented that shit? You know what I mean? Other people ran with it and shit. You hear them now.
Why
You hear,
not?
yeah, come on, baby. You know who the originator is. You know it. If you're a Stoners Club OG, you know what it is. And a lot of times I don't use that to my advantage a lot. You know what I mean? I've gotten DMs where they're like, "Hey Joe, you don't use it though. You just kind of like stay fucking humble or whatever. You might be too humble and shit." And they might be right. They might be right. That might be the little angel on my shoulder that I need. Like, yo, bro, you got all these connections, and I know you've heard me say this before, and it's because that's the man I want to be. Someone that leverages every advantage that they have and tries their best at everything they fucking do to get their goals accomplished. In a positive way, right? Without hurting anybody or stepping on anybody. Matter of fact, uplifting motherfuckers on the way and helping people out and connecting people. Like, hey, yo, have you heard of this dude? Yo, you guys should work together. Whoopty whoop. Just fucking being a power broker and shit. A people person. So anyways, those are my fucking immediate goals and shit in the future. So I just had to go on a fucking stoner tangent right there. I don't even remember what the fuck I was talking about. Someone fucking pick up the baton.
Yo, you just talking about how I go on rants. That's what you was talking about right before that.
I'll go ahead and take some shit that both of you have said and hit you with this, Joe. Um, something that Beastives was saying earlier was, like people were telling him, why not him? Why can't, well, you can do it. And what is your second hashtag other than excuse me?
That's the why not. Why not,
Exactly.
baby? The
So
why
why
not?
not you? Why not
Shout out
Stan?
to my
Why not
shout
do
out
your
to my
thing?
partner. Shout out to my partner Patricio down there, who's what I mean, my partner in the why not movement. But it's really all of you. It's something that started in the Stoners Club, an idea, a moment in time in the Stoners Club where we were in the middle of a conversation. Like many things that have been birthed in the Stoners Club, I'm proud to say. And one of them being the why not movement. We were just in the middle of something. I was expressing myself to the community and shit, to the space, and I said something crazy, something because I say crazy. You guys know I say crazy shit all the time. I'm fucking Joe saying crazy shit. It's almost like that's my job, is to say crazy shit at the fucking worst moment and shit. That's my job. That's what I do, right? So I'm fucking doing my thing, and Patricio said, "Why not?" And I was about to argue with him and shit because I like arguing with him because he's always complaining and shit, right? So I'm about to argue with him, and then it hit me, like, you're fucking right, bro. I didn't grow up around that. I didn't grow up around. I wasn't raised like that. I wasn't raised like with like limitless like that to be able to think like that and shit. I was raised like, nah, like, yo, this is your, don't think outside of this box. This is what you're gonna do, and that's what it is. And I think a lot of people are, unfortunately. I think a lot of people are like raised like that, where it's like, yo, not why. Like they're gonna tell you exactly why you can't do something instead of why you could do some shit. You know what I mean? That the cup is half full in a lot of the world, and honestly that's what the why not movement is about. And it connects to everybody, right? Kind of like everything connects to VeggieMate's story, everything he just shared with us. Like that was exactly That's exactly what the homie from Good Charlotte told him. Was like, why not you? Why not you, bro? You could do it. And we need more of that, bro. We need more of that. That's why I'm still here, because people like Patricio told me, why not? Why could you not start a fucking Stoners Club and host a fucking space and become a big part of this Cardano fucking thing and make a big impact and shit? And man, not to toot my own fucking horn real quick, but I look at the fucking community and look at CNFTCon and I see other spaces and I see projects and shit that have come through here and been interviewed here first, and people that have come and only spoken here on the Stoners Club or spoken here first and then went on to other spaces, and I'm like, yo, no, like, people are gonna remember the Stoners Club forever. Like like forever, they're gonna be like, "Yo, remember Cardano first started? There was Twitter Spaces, and there's that one Stoners Club." Like, no matter what happens, like we made an impact. You know what I mean? As a community, this community of stoners or non-stoners, because there's a lot of people that don't smoke weed. That we open our arms to everybody. That's been one of our mottos from the beginning. You know what I mean? I don't care what your accent is or what your sexuality or your fucking preference, or if you're a man or a woman or whatever, or alien or a ghost or a demon or an angel or whatever. You know what I mean? You come here and it's a place where you could chill, a place you could call home, whether you smoke or not. And that's the vibe I want to keep on all these Stoners Club spaces. A place to just chill, blaze it if you want. You ain't
Talk
gonna.
about anything you like.
Yep, exactly. And one of the few spaces where you don't have to hide that you smoke. Where, matter of fact, the more you smoke and toke, the more we probably like you. Like, you know what I mean? It's a positive right here. That's why, as the host, I continue to do my thing, and I do it for you. I do it for you guys, so you can feel more comfortable being as high as you
What
want
do-
to be.
what are we smoking on today, Joe?
I I fucking wow. It's funny you should ask. Um. I got this new one. I just re-upped on this new one. Got myself a little pillowcase like we do out here in California. It's some OG. I'm not gonna put the exact name on it because I don't know, but it reminds me of the SFV OG. A lot of brown hairs, a lot of fat nugs. Um, Smells so fucking pretty. It gives you a hard on, or it gets you wet, or whatever it is that happens to you when you get fucking sexually aroused. When you smell it, this is what happens naturally. I'm not a pervert. It's not my fault. It's just my body responds, and I smell it, and it's like, whoa, slow down there, horsey.
It's a
Um,
beautiful thing, Joe. Don't be
Thank you, Willie
ashamed.
boy. I didn't know you
Don't be
seen it,
ashamed.
but that's what you mean. Yeah, Johnny, save me from this one. This is turning into the fucking Registered Diaries on Cinemax or some shit.
Owners Club, come up in the space and share the bud, Cardano. There you go. There's a
I got a conundrum right now. I ran out of flour and I broke my banger on my dab rig, and I'm like, I've been literally walking around for the last hour of this space looking for something, and all I got is dab stuff to smoke, but I don't have anything to smoke the dab, so I don't know what to do.
I recommend going to Lion's Glass and get yourself what you need. You can pay Ada. It's a pretty good deal.
But I need it now.
I know. I know.
Not no lie. I was like, I saw a little one of my joints came in a glass thing. I was like, oh, I could maybe use that glass. I'm like, that's gonna look like I'm smoking crack. I was cooking on some tinfoil and inhale it through the glass pipe. Just smoking weed here. Nothing.
Butter knives.
Yo, guys, I got good news for anybody that wanted that Junkies I was giving away. Deans has not messaged me. I don't have any message request. Either
Damn.
he was asleep. Either he's
Rip.
asleep. Wait, is he even still in here? I don't even think he's still in here.
I seen him
There
a
he
second
is.
Yeah,
ago.
he's still
He's
there.
still there. He's still there. I mean, I'm not trying to fuck it up for the rest of you and remind him, but man,
So
shit.
next topic is what?
Let's get back. Let's get back to the interview. Yo, VeggieMates, is there anything we didn't cover anything we didn't talk about that you'd still like to share? Anyone, if you'd like to get any last questions in, and you're down there as listener or you're up here as speaker, the time is now. We're gonna be getting close to wrapping it up pretty soon. And then yeah, we'll see what we do after that. I don't know if I want to end it yet, but I definitely want to chill. Maybe bust some freestyles. I
Kit
don't
Kat
know.
man, Kit Kat Winky boy, give your Jedi some Ada dog for some drugs, huh?
Johnny, go ahead.
I'm just going to do that classic question. Have you got a call to action for anyone to take in the space?
Yo, you took it from me, Johnny. That's what I was gonna end it with, all professional shit. I was gonna be like, "Yo, do you want? What should we do? Go to the website or the Discord?" I was gonna hit him with all that, but it's all good, Johnny. I'm used to you stealing the fucking limelight. I know it's your dream to go to Hollywood, do your thing.
Yeah, and for anybody that does want to learn more, just join our Discord, like Joe said, or check out our white paper. If you're more of a visual or audio learner, we got it on YouTube. But no, man, I really appreciate the time. I know Joe said he doesn't know anything about the project, but secrets out, he knows a lot about the project. Actually, he knows more than most people. So it just really cool how closely you have been following us. And earlier I was saying like how much it means when your friends support you. And I know like Willie Boy, I've seen you post up veggies and you be retweeting for me all the time, and that stuff just means so much. And I I was talking to somebody today about this, another creator, but when I went to CNFT Con, like in my head, all this stuff is a reality. Like I believe this is real. Like I can't imagine another future where what we're building right now isn't a part of it. It just seems inevitable to me, and I think a lot of us in the space feel that way. But when I was surrounded by other people who felt the same way at CNFT Con, I was just like, holy crap, this is going to happen. So it's just really cool what we're building and all the opportunities out there. And our approach to this is disrupting the entertainment industry. And if anybody doesn't like veggies or junkies, you got greens, our token. Check out the tokenomics if you're skeptical. Come in, cause some FUD. I am always open to a dialogue. For me, if somebody comes in with questions, I don't take it as an insult. I take it as an opportunity, either to educate or get some feedback for us to improve. So yeah, if anybody has anything and they maybe were too shy to talk in the space, holler at your boy, slide in my DMs. I'll respond to you. But yeah, man, I really appreciate you having me on, and super stoked you're getting on the other platform so everybody gets to see that beautiful face of yours.
Multicasting, baby.
Yo, real quick, I got bad news for everybody. I know I hit you with good news earlier, but now I got bad news. Dean's just messaged me or tagged me or mentioned me like in a comment or something. He's like, "Yo, what the fuck? I'm awake." Like, he's like, "I can't message you."
That's great. I love
Yo,
it.
my bad, but
God
I'm glad that he
damn
did
it,
that
team.
though, because now it's public.
Should have said shit, Joe.
Yo, man, look, if it was you, I'd do the same for you guys. You know what I mean? I'd do the same for you guys. At least once I'd try, like, hey, yo, you might have fell asleep there, Tom or Ninja or whoever. But I
Yo,
wasn't gonna say it again, I swear. But yo, he deserves it. You know what I mean? He was
hell
in
yeah.
here. He retweeted it. I mean, he
Congrats to
better have.
Dean.
He better. Yo, he still has to pass the last test. You know what I mean? The last gladiator test, which is he's got to have
Right?
a wallet staked to weed. If it ain't staked to weed, I can't send it. Like I don't know what the dev did. It don't let my finger like send the fucking winning NFT if it's not staked to weed. I don't know how that
It's the
happens.
SBO.
It
He's in
fits.
control now. The SBO is control the
Yeah,
wallet.
it's fucking weird. I don't know. Johnny, did
And
you
he
do
got a
that?
fucking Hosky token over his thing. That's all, man. We're fucked.
Yo, real quick before Johnny's hand, shout out to Cardano Buds down there. We met at CNFT Con. Much love. You guys see Weed Stake Pool and the Spot 2 supporting. This is where the stoners, convulge or come by or come through or just
Converge.
come. Just
Converge, yeah.
oh yeah, converge,
Old.
converge. Thank you guys. Fucking, I love people that know words. Johnny, you know words. Speak them.
I am a Lord Kumbaya. But yes, I was going to say, I wonder how the Patricks feel about the Deans winning.
Or
You
the
know,
Andrews.
Patrick.
How do the Andrews feel?
Well, yo, I want you to know that there's a lot more Patricks and Andrews and Deans than we even fucking knew. Like there's secret ones, and we're surrounded by them. Just in case you didn't fucking know, they're up here speakers right now as we speak. They're way down there. They're fucking trying to make their J's and
You
their
got me,
fucking
Joe.
names. Yeah,
It's not Tom.
Soft J. Soft J.
Soft J down there got everybody calling me Big Ho and shit all day long.
Bro, look at you just spoke of him though, and look who just fucking entered the room.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it. Yo, I entered the fucking baby shower earlier trying to pick up on chicks and shit because I know chicks get happy and then they want to have a baby too
Fuck,
and
man.
shit, right?
I forgot all about that.
Yeah, and fucking Jarhead with his fucking his soft J and shit got everybody calling me Big Ho at the fucking baby shower. So, you know, it was like, oh man, look at this. Fucked it up for me and shit, but
Well,
it's all good.
there has to be a couple of them that DM just say, "So, big ho, huh?"
Hey, that was pretty dope though. Before we did this space here, we were having a fucking baby shower space for Alyssa and Trevor from CNST News and I another fucking entity that I think is undervalued and underappreciated because man, I've seen them do so much dope work on YouTube. They're so fucking supportive of everybody, including me and the Stoners Club. They show us so much fucking love. If you go look at every fucking interview, the first big, beautiful, smiling fucking face you see in the fucking intro is my face. You know what I mean?
You're the first one to win an award.
That's
What?
right. I did win an award for not wearing pants during an interview, being the first one to admit live in an interview. Fuck yeah.
Yo, what were you wearing?
I was just in
Nothing?
my boxers and shit.
Oh, like damn.
That's officially the motherfucking CNFT News sound right there. Beep, 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 beep. You guys heard it before. You know what's up.
This just in.
Yo, VeggieMates is like, what were you wearing? He thought I was just going bottomless and shit, like in that Harold
Yeah.
and Kumar and shit, like in the jacuzzi. It's a bottomless party. Like, oh, what the
He's
fuck?
seen the
George
first.
Bush,
He's
George
seen the
Bush.
first. He's seen the first video you did with the fucking double-ended dildo.
Yeah, I didn't know wearing boxers on a video call was inappropriate. I thought that was just standard procedure.
Yeah, I think I was just high and nervous of being like on camera live and shit, so I just blurted it out like, "Yo, alright as fuck. I didn't even put no pants on or nothing. I'm in my boxers," and they're like, "Oh fuck."
Yeah,
Uh,
I took my pants off halfway through this interview and I'm not even on camera.
Yo, they deleted one of my interviews. What I think it was Mad NFTs. I could be wrong, but I think I couldn't find it after because I'm doing the live interview and they thought I was bullshitting. I said something about a double-sided dildo, right? I said something like I always keep one on standby just in case, like, you know? And they thought I was bullshitting. I was like, I got it in the drawer right here behind me. I fucking whipped that bad boy out. It's like fucking 2 feet long and shit. And both sides are fucking flopping and biting and shit at the camera. And fucking, they were like, oh fuck, this fool's nuts. And I was just like, wow, I'm fucking testing my gangster homie live and shit.
That's a YouTube strike right there.
I remember doing our farmers market and then there's like a good amount of people watching it and I don't even remember how Joe got in because it was hosted in Discord and somehow we're doing an interview with Ugly Bros and Joe's there. I don't remember exactly how you got there. And the first thing he does is starts ripping the bong on camera. And just like, oh, I don't even know how I got here. And he started asking questions.
Yo, I didn't know what was going on, bro. I was just high as fuck, and I was like, "Hey, the homies are on Discord, and it looks like they're on camera, like doing their thing." And I was like, "Shit, fuck it, you know what I mean? It's Ugly Bros and the homie and shit."
Yo, tengo un queja, amigo.
Oh, fuck, no, he's learned how to complain in Spanish.
Does that
Fucking
mean complaint?
evolving.
Solamente hablar español.
Does that mean I have a complaint?
Sí,
That's exactly what
exactamente.
Oh
So
man, I heard rumors he's practicing to battle in different languages against news.
Oh,
Sí,
Yo,
es
he's
de
getting
verdad.
Shillamania's in 13 days. I'm just throwing that out there. We have the champions already going at each other's necks up here. We got the usual suspects down there that get pumped up for Shillamania. And then we got all the fucking randoms where you never know what the fuck's gonna happen every Shillamania it happens.
bro, and a big announcement: Veggie versus the Chug.
Yeah, that's what I meant by champions. But we're both high, so we're used to not knowing what the fuck we're talking about.
So, yo tengo un queja.
This one's talking in Spanish. ¿Qué es tu queja, amigo?
Yo soy el campeón.
Usted sí es campeón. Le dieron el nombre de Patrick the Hat-Trick, nuestro amigo irlandés del norte, Yoni.
Johnny.
Sí.
Oh, grande. Es tu nombre.
How do you say former tag team champion?
Fuck, I don't even know.
Oh, tú, VeggieMates, es un campeón former.
Yeah, I don't even know how to say that shit, but I know the Trog's out the box and he's running.
VeggieMates es el campeón antes de... Yeah.
Man, Twitter cannot handle it if they, God forbid, the Jug fuck onto account thingy while trying to be with the friends of Jug on the TV. Like, oh shit, like fucking small company, the Twitter, yes?
Elon Musk now. On and cracking.
Yo, our boy Dean came up in the Veggie Discord and was like, yo, I just won on Cardano Stonerz on Twitter. I can't. Yeah. Hey,
Yeah,
everybody
that's
else,
awesome,
though,
though.
shout out to Dean. He already owns the Junkie. He's verified.
Yeah,
Dean, if you're listening, I see you typing right now. You'll be good.
Yeah,
But
Dean.
Make sure you're staked to Weed Stake Pool.
That's right. Wherever you want the wallet. Hit him with it. Right. Fuck it. Hit him with it, Johnny. Hit him with it.
That's it, right, everybody. That's Weed Stake Pool. Weed Stake Pool. WEED Stake Pool, where you can stake, smoke, earn. Make sure to get your wallet connected today for this and any future competitions. Dean's won it this time. He needs to be eligible in order to claim. Be eligible for the next one on Cardano Stonerz Club.
Verb staking.
Oh man. You know how high. You know how high I am, Joe. Ask how high I am.
Yeah, you're high as fuck.
I know. I forgot about the giveaway.
Oh yeah.
So the next giveaway will be Barracuda. I'll make a tweet.
Yeah, make a tweet. We'll do it tomorrow.
Maybe.
Joe.
Why not?
Estoy en la Cueva. ¿Cómo se dice? Cueva.
Yes. You're in the cueva.
Sí.
Yeah, I got you.
In the cueva.
He lives in the cueva.
Oh, he's in Trog's cueva.
Sí.
Patrick is inside Trog's cueva right now. I don't know if that's consent or not. But
I don't know what a cueva is, but apparently it echoes.
It's a big cueva. Es una cueva grande.
Yo, Trog threw a
Indeed, esta cueva grande la de Chug.
Es una alley.
Yo, I don't know.
Poo poo on the floor over here like this. We will defend the Queve like this.
Yeah, you have to mandatory. No fucking docking, no fucking spelunking in each other's cuevas and shit without their consent. Um,
So
wrapping things
bef-
up, VeggieMates, in this eventful fucking interview here before Patricio hits us with more Cueva Spanish and shit. Um, uh, what is the call to action? As Johnny said, where's the action at? I know for sure the Discord is on and popping. I'm sure you got a website. I know there's a whole thing for the staking the greens. Point us in the right direction to all this shit.
Yeah, I posted the pinned tweets, but if you do any veggies, you have any greens, and you're not staking, it is literally the easiest thing ever. Big Joe even made a video up on it first week, but it's crazy easy. It's like 2 steps, so it takes no time at all. So make sure you're staking your stuff, and check out our franchise pass. Like I one thing I can say about our project is we're taking a different approach and doing some very unique things. And if you're following the current meta, we're not always going to be the project for you, but we're trying to set the meta is our attitude. So check out my profile, VeggieMates. Look at our little franchise pass video. It's 30 seconds. If it piques your interest, check out our white paper and ask any questions you got. But the call to action is just check us out. I'm not going to sit here and tell you to buy our stuff. That's your decision at the end of the day. But I know we're building something big. We're building something dope. And if you want to be a part of that journey, help support us, that would be dope as well. And, like I said, if you're not into vegetables, you're not into junk food, don't sleep on those greens. Because I will say one thing about greens that speaker down bottom, I logged in as Greens. The logo is dope and the name is dope. Greens is like the best token name, honestly. And the logo is a G and it's a leaf, so it's like both. Because I don't know anybody that lives in the states. There's Washington State University, Wazoo. They have like a logo that looks like a kind of like a tiger or a cougar, but it actually has the letters spelt in it, and it's super dope. So I was telling the artist like I want it like that. So we have a really dope logo. We got a dope name. The name's Greens. Check us out. Check us out on MinSwap. We have a little over 800K in liquidity. We've done over 4 million ADA in transactions. You can find us on Sunday Swap too. But if you do get some greens, make sure you stake that. Like I said, it's going to take 2 steps. It'll be the easiest staking experience of your entire life, and I'll guarantee that.
You can take that to the bank. And then Steven Seagal don't die, and then he fucking comes back and he finds the camera inside the wall and shit. And that shit was gangster. He's doing all the fucking acupuncture, and then he gets stronger. He's fucking socking the wood and driving through the fucking thing, and then the horse gets out and shit, and he bones the fucking chick from Revenge of the Nerds. It's fucking amazing. Johnny, go ahead.
It's funny, man. Dean's is DM me going like, I messaged Cardano. He's freaking out. It's okay. You're going to get your VeggieMates. Don't worry.
Everyone reassure Dean's that he's gonna get his NFT.
Yo, I love my guys' hustle. Make sure you are staked to weed stake pool. That is a very important part of this process,
Yeah,
Dean.
I'll let him know in my reply.
Yeah. Just
Hell
make
yeah, hell
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I love the energy, and I love that he was already a junkie in our Discord, verified. So
Fuck
my
yeah, that's
man
dope.
knows what's up.
He deserves it. He deserves it. And Dean's, you're gonna get it, no matter what the Patricks and the Andrews of the world say. Um, I wanted to keep the space to a few hours, and man, that's exactly how it organically fucking ended here. At about 2 hours from when we started. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the space now, but before I do, I want to remind you guys to stake to weed as well. Don't just preach about it, be about it. Even if it's one of your small little extra wallets that you use for whatever here and there, you know what I mean? I would appreciate that. Um Also, we got a bunch of stuff minting. We got all the stoner NFTs minting now. We got the Stoner's Clock. All of it is in my link tree, in my profile, in my bio. Don't act confused like you don't know how to find it. We got music, we got fucking clocks, we got fucking stoner frogs, we got fucking 3D bongs. Like I've collabed with so many fucking artists from the Stoners Club. It's fucking amazing. Sometimes I look back like, yo, we did that shit. Yo, we sold out. Fucking High AI one, High AI two is about to sell out. There's only like 370 something left from 1,300. So we're at the end of that.
Hey, Joe,
Um,
was 420 minted yet?
420. I don't know. No, nah, how nah? There would have been an announcement. We would have heard of that.
There's
I've
still
been.
some money attached to an NFT out there, Big Joe.
This is another fucking time that I wish I could just mint. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I could just mint it. But even if I want it, I wouldn't even win it because I'd be like, oh, that ain't fair. Like, what the fuck? Like, give it to somebody. You know what I mean? Someone else from the community. But yeah, we got that going on. We got a. The weed, you guys see Weed Steak Pool down there rocking the husky and the fucking marijuana leaf in the background. Go to the website. That's also in my link tree. The Weed Steak Pool link tree. A lot of dope stuff going on right there. A bunch of dope merch. You could get your Weed Steak Pool fucking sandals or flip flops or fucking slides. I don't know what the fuck they're called, but you know what I'm talking about. I'm
They're
a cholo.
comfortable as
I
fuck,
call them
Joe.
chanclas. I call them chanclas. I'm a cholo. We call them chanclas. But
Hell yeah. Mint to Sam, we're still waiting for that first rare. The first rare gets two high AI season twos
fuck
along
yeah.
with it.
We got another giveaway going on tomorrow. We're gonna merge both our giveaways. The one you're gonna do and the one that we couldn't find today. Willie Boy give someone a nice little prize either tomorrow or
Yep.
Wednesday night. This isn't for sure, but I'll fucking schedule it tomorrow. If it is, I'll double check with them. But we might have CNFT News and we'll have an interview with them similar to this one where we're gonna go into their journey and talk about how they started and what keeps them going, what drives them, and what their future goals are. Because man, they're another duo right there that has done so much for the community, and they don't stop. And there's bear markets and shit, and they keep giving it their all. And I met them
They
at
have I
Gun.
hate to keep interrupting you, but they have a dope mint going on right now as well.
The baby one, right, Willie Boy? It's the
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
it's got the baby demon and angel and Frankenstein. Yeah, they're cute as fuck.
Yeah, hell yeah. They had a that's the baby shower I was telling you guys I was at earlier in the space before this one. So shout out to them. We're probably gonna interview them Wednesday night. Make sure you guys support them. Johnny, I see your hand. Go ahead, bro. Take your time. I'm just winding it down here, but
Yeah, it's all good. Just more message to Dean's. Dean sent me a message back saying, "Here's my wallet address. Okay, thanks." And I'm like, "No, no, no. I'm not the one in control of this. You got to go speak to Cardano Stonerz Club or Willie Boy or Big Joe in a DM with the address. Also, the address that he gave me is staked to Anvil Stake Pool, so you're going to need to redelegate in order to claim your prize."
nice. I'll DM with him. Well, I'm gonna take my time. You guys know I'm great at responding at DMs, and that's super important to me and shit.
You probably want to DM me, Dean.
Yo, look, I'm gonna tell you like Debo told Ice Cube and Smokey, right? Or fucking who did he tell Ezel? What the fuck was the mailman's name? That got fucking
Ezel.
nah. It was
Oh
the
no,
other
that's the
one.
that was Ezel was the he was the crackhead.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about DJ Pooh, the one that got jacked for the bike. They're playing dice and he gets knocked the fuck out, and then he fucking gets they jacked his chain and shit. Anyway, fucking Debo said, "Yo, it's like it's both ours. It's just at my house. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna keep it at my house." So look, the junkies, it's like it's yours. It's in my wallet right now, but don't trip. It's like I know it's yours. It's as good as gold, baby. Like I'm gonna send it to you eventually. I smoke a lot of weed. It's the one thing you got to deal with when you're dealing with the Stoners Club is the host is high as fuck, and eventually I'll send you your NFT. Um, there ain't too many people out there that could say that I didn't eventually send them the fucking NFT. You know what I mean? But I'll send it as fast as I can. I'll send it tonight, maybe. Patrick, you want to complain for him or?
No, I was
Did
just
we
clearing my
forget?
throat. I
Did
was
we
just
forget one?
clearing my throat.
Oh, okay.
Oh
Let
wait,
me
have you
clear
won
my
one
throat.
yet?
Is Brooklyn in the house? My bad. What was that, Willie boy?
I was just wondering if Patrick had won a
You don't win
giveaway yet.
anything. You don't win nothing. Patrick does not win here on the Stoners Club. You don't even retweet the damn thing. He's given up on the whole
That
thing.
ain't true.
Oh, okay, just checking. Just checking. You still haven't won though.
Yeah, no shit. That is
Won.
true.
He
That
never
fucking
won
is true.
shit. Patrick has never won shit. There's been like fucking 1,000 giveaways. He's never won one time. Not even by
There's like
fucking
three people in the
accident.
room. There's like three people in the room. It's like, nope, don't get anything. You're like, oh shit, it's Joe.
You gotta go to Vegas with that luck, man. You gotta.
Oh boy.
I bet I lose. I bet it all.
Definitely bet against me. Just sit beside me and bet against me.
Yo, how you doing, Patricio? Long
Oh,
time no
I'm
talk.
I know. I'm good. I'm good, thank you. It's a busy time in the fiat mines, but it's just like Halloween and kid stuff. It's just busy. And not busy, I shouldn't say that. It was just I didn't have enough time. And
Yeah,
so, you know. So I've
yeah.
been trying to stop in and out for at least stick
Oh
around a
yeah.
little
Well,
bit.
we appreciate the visit. I'm
I
sure a
am.
lot
I'm
of people.
practicing my Spanish. You know.
You're getting good. You're getting real good at it.
You're almost better
Uh,
than Joe.
Yeah,
I send Joe voice messages in Spanish and he responds.
he fucking texts me like I mean like the voice, like in Spanish. And shit, I'm all responding in my best Spanish, like so you could learn good Spanish and shit. But every once in a while, I throw him a curveball, like a fucking East LA Mexican slang and shit. Fucking.
Is that
I'm gonna
Spanglish?
go get like beat up. I'm gonna say some restaurant here, and they're gonna be, what are you talking about?
Nah, but Spanish is diverse though. Like
Oh yeah,
the Spain Spanish is different from the Cuban Spanish, from the
the
Venezuelan
Argentine
Spanish.
Spanish. They got that like, the L's
Countries,
are different.
yeah, countries right next to each other. Like the Mexican Spanish is different from the El Salvadorian Spanish, which is different from the
Like
Costa Rican
Cuban.
Spanish. Yeah, they're all different, each and every one. Argentinian Spanish is its own Spanish. I don't even know how the fuck that happened. It's like everybody has. It's like kind of like accents as well, because a lot of it is accents as well,
Yeah,
because region or whatever. And sometimes you could tell straight off the top, kind of like how we can in English, like, oh, he's British or he's Australian or he's whatever. In Spanish, you could tell like, oh, he's Cuban and shit. And then for some reason, like Spanish people like fucking haters on each other. So like if I'm Mexican and the other dude's Salvadorian, like the first thing, oh no, he's Salvadorian. Like it ain't my Spanish, and vice versa, same way, like the other way around. Like, oh no, he's like Mexican. It's not our Spanish. It's weird, but we could all communicate and we understand for the most part, just like in English. Of course, unless you're from Wales and you really like fucking go hard. Which I don't even know how that makes sense. Johnny, is there any Irish that you even don't understand where you're like, what the fuck did you just say to me?
About a few weeks ago, if you go around the Ring of Kerry, the big drive, maybe a couple of months ago, actually. Geez, we do this a lot. Cardano Stonerz Club is still a thing. Excellent. But yes, Ring of Kerry. If you go driving around there, you meet some people and you can't hear a word they say. They're speaking English, but you don't know.
yeah. I was in Ireland. I was like, what are you talking about, person?
Yo, last thing I want to say before I end the space. This goes out to all co-hosts or wannabe co-hosts or anyone that wants to host the Stoners Club. Um, we did the European one earlier. We got Willie Boy as a co-host. We got Ninja Nasty. We got Moonfly. We got Johnny. I gotta add Weed Stakepool to the thing. I don't know if he's down to host some Stoners Club, but we got a nice little strong team, and we're gonna try to have a nice little Stoners Club going on. More often than not. The official fucking Stoners Club schedule is gonna be though this time 6 p.m. West Coast, 9 p.m. East Coast, and I'm gonna be scheduling interviews like this. So if you're a project that would like to do an interview, and I'm gonna be throwing them on YouTube, and I'm gonna be getting cool little snippets. I just video recorded this whole thing, screen recorded the whole thing with my handy dandy new iPhone. And I'm gonna post it, and then I'm gonna make little shorts out of it and get the best little spots, and we're just gonna take over the world real quick, just for a little bit, just for a few years and shit. We're not greedy. Excuse me. Um, the OGs know what the fuck.
Why not?
Yeah.
With much love, though. Much
Yeah,
love.
yeah. We got our own language and shit. Some people don't understand. I'll be on other spaces and someone will come in there like, "Excuse me," and the host and everybody's all offended and shit because they don't know what it means and how it started. But it's all good. It makes me happy. It makes me smile inside and shit. Every time I see someone like tweet Uncle Charlie or some shit, I'm like, "Yo, we're changing the game here and shit, like in every which way." Anyways, with that being said, if any of the co-hosts want to open another Stoners Club here shortly, hit me up in the DMs or whatever, and we'll get another one going. I just can't run this one right now, but I might be able to come back on someone else's here in a bit. I just gotta get some things done and do a little fiat mining real quick. But yeah, other than that, for sure, I'm almost positive I'm gonna see you guys Wednesday night, same time, same channel, same all that. Make sure you follow the space. I'll send the junkie before that, so I got a day and a half or something, for Dean to get his NFT. Don't trip. We're gonna get you steak to weed, and it'll be a win-win situation for everybody involved. Other than that, you guys have a good night. Thank you, VeggieMates, so much for coming and sharing your journey with us and your story, and for taking the
Hell yeah.
time. I know you're busy, bro, but you're like family right here, pretty much. So I'm happy that it started off these official interviews again with you, and we're gonna keep it going as much as possible.
100. Much love, family.
Oh yeah, thanks for coming through, VeggieMates. Let's get some green hearts in the chat. What's good?
Let's go. Hell yeah. No, thanks for having me, man. I love all you guys. Thanks for all the support you've given us. You guys have been a big part of our success. So definitely gonna be here forever. But come Shillamania, the once, you better
Shit.
watch your fucking cheeks, Trog.
Once.
The chug. This is light work for the chug. Chug chills. Chug not even like rather thinking, like not even think about it. Like just like real quick, that simple for the chug.
I may just watch this from the throne and see who I take on the following Trillmania.
Damn, are you eating like a big tomahawk steak or getting fed grapes or something right now? Because I swear I pictured him like on the throne with his legs crossed, leaning back. Like, who else has gone 3-0 and asked for more on the same night?
with
Yo,
with grease running down his arm, dripping from his elbow. Yep.
That is too much.
yo, you're fucking.
It's my kids. I'm stealing my kids' candy.
Yo,
Halloween.
It's
you
been a
just fell
week.
off that throne real
It's been a
quick.
week.
Halloween was
No,
slipping.
no way,
I mean,
dude.
The
Halloween was
weed was
slipping.
powerful.
I was already. I was laying on the throne. It's fine.
Yo, I didn't do. I'm getting smarter. I didn't do direct jacking of the kids' candy this year. I did indirect jacking. Um, my sister took my niece's trick or treating, and I just I was like, yo, just bring me back, just so I can check and make sure they're not poisoned and shit. She brought me back a nice Ziploc bag, and me and my brother went in on it like crazy. It was amazing. I love Halloween. And one of the best parts, in case you guys don't do no grocery shopping or haven't in a minute, is all the candy's on sale right now. They always overstock, you know what I mean? And now, pretty much whatever your favorite candy is probably out there on sale. So make sure you do your thing. I personally do my thing on Amazon Fresh. I got a delivery today, all kinds of bomb food. I'm so happy. I'm gonna go make something to eat right now and enjoy these munchies. You guys have a good night. Yeah, that's about it.
We'll see you Wednesday, Joe.
Yeah, it's on my calendar.
Great. Gotta deal with that calendar, man. Fucking Johnny.